here we go. We are live.
How's that was going, the second time I got crabs. Yeah, we're live. That's fucking stupid. Not me. Man. I was another guy named Joey. I don't know that guy.
That thing Joey, man. He's always saying the worst stuff.
He always he got crabs.
How's it going, folks? Welcome back to We Watched Movie Live. It's been 9 days since we've live streamed. Feels like forever.
Has it? Oh, I guess it has.
Yeah. And it feels like the first time.
I just thought it was last week.
Oh, man. We have a fun show for you guys tonight. He's actually in the waiting room now. We are getting ready to introduce to the show Tim Waggoner, who is the novelist of Halloween Kills, which will be on bookshelves on October the 16th. On DVD. So, let's get him in here. Let's just get to it. Thank you all for showing up tonight. Thank you all for being here. And as soon as Tim's off, we'll try to get some questions from you guys to Tim as well. And then as soon as he's off, we'll hang out for a little bit as well. Okay? Okay. Here we go. Here's Tim Wagner. There he is. Hey, Tim.
It says, there we go.
Oh, he's connected now. How's it going, Tim?
Hey, Tim.
Good. How you doing?
Doing
Great,
good,
man. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, those when I wear my glasses sometimes on the thing, I have a light behind here, so it shines right into my glasses, and I can't see anything. So I do the exact same thing. Oh man, yeah. Thanks for being here, man. We just introduced who you were to everybody in the chat right before we brought you in here. I always tell people that because sometimes I'll introduce them and then bring them in, and then they're like, "So we started? We're going?" Oh man, but. So I guess the first thing I wanted to ask you is, it's really cool, amazing. So you're going to be doing the novelization, or you already wrote it, I imagine, for Halloween Kills. How did that come to be? How did you end up with that awesome gig?
Well, I'd already written a number of tie-ins for Titan Books. I did 3 supernatural books for them and a Grimm book. And then they started asking me to do novelizations. So I did one for Resident Evil, the final chapter, Triple X, the sequel, whatever the name was called, Return of Xander Cage, that's it. And then I did one for Kingsman, the Golden Circle. And so they just, emailed my agent and said, "Hey, would Tim like to do this?" And I was like, "Are you kidding?" Yes.
So I assume you're a pretty big Michael Myers Halloween fan.
You bet. I saw the original in theater when it came out.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Were people freaking out in the theater?
Yeah, back then I had never been, there wasn't cable yet, really. And I hadn't seen movies like this. And I'd certainly never seen one uncut. So the tension, it was like seeing Jaws for the first time. The tension was amazing. And I went with my sister's boyfriend, and we had some young girls sitting in front of us, and they would scream at everything and he would laugh. And he kind of taught me like the fun part of watching these movies. We're not just watching the movie, but watching all the people that you were there with. So yeah, it was great.
You should see Jay in a horror movie theater. He literally,
it's not good. Adult diapers are needed.
He'll stick his fingers in his ears so he can't hear it, and then he'll do this so he can double them up.
I call it it's the 3-point safety net. That's what I call it.
Well, I got a theory that scary movies aren't that scary without the sound, without the music.
That's
in a lot of ways. I have 2 daughters, and when they were very young and we'd watch a cartoon that was kind of scary, I just turned the sound off and muted. And they're like, "That's not scary anymore, Daddy." And I'm like, "Yeah."
You're a genius, man. That's what I do. If I get a movie on DVD, I mute it and I put subtitles on, and I'm okay to go. That's how I do it.
This man reviews horror movies for a living, Tim.
Well, I just don't want to see it in theaters because I can't. I know what's going on. I try to hide my eyes. It doesn't matter. I can still see. But you're absolutely right. The music is what builds the tension and atmosphere, and it takes it to another level.
Yeah, it really does.
So when you did Halloween Kills, when you wrote this one, did you get to see it first, or did you go off of a script? I know John Passarella, who did the first one, we talked to him, and at that point I think he said he had a script and they gave him some pictures to like set the stage, but he hadn't actually seen the film when he wrote it.
Right. Yeah. Whenever you do novelizations, you never get to see the film ever.
Oh, really?
Although for some reason, for the Kingsman book, the director decided I had to see the movie, so they flew me out to California, and I got to watch this thing. But I wasn't allowed to have. But I wasn't allowed to have my computer there. I was only allowed to take notes by hand. And so they kept stopping the movie because the director said I had to write every single thing down. So it took,
Oh my God.
I don't know, 6-7 hours to watch this movie. It was a
Sounds like my AP English class in high school.
But with this one, yeah, I just got a script and I didn't get any pictures or anything. And the script, you never know if it's going to be a final one or not. You have no clue. It's just whatever it is that they give you. Sometimes you can tell from the script that it's cobbled together from previous versions, because it'll say at the top of the page, which version is it. And for the Kingsman one, I had 2 different scripts. Or 3. I didn't even know it. The editor had one and I had a different one. And then I had to change it to a 3rd one. And then I had to add in stuff from the actual film. It was a nightmare. But I got to make it out of all the best parts of those. So that part was cool. But with this one, I won't know until I see the movie, if it was a final script or not. One thing I've learned doing novelizations is that all the stuff that people complain about are not in movies, like all the character stuff, character development. At least in the 4 scripts I've seen, it's all there. It's the stuff that gets cut out because there's just not room for other, but it's always there. So don't blame the script writers. They put all that good stuff in there. And that's what's great about novelizations is we get to put all that stuff back in.
Yeah, I agree. That's what the best part is, that the inner workings of that character, if you're reading about them and, their motivations, and you can actually hear that inner dialogue, which adds a lot more to the story overall versus, obviously the film is going to be great, I assume, but, having to read it and actually experience that through those characters has got to be really awesome to write.
But in a way, it's a bummer because that means I'll never get to see the film fresh like everybody else.
That's true. Yeah.
And so you kind of have to give up that experience to do this, but that's okay. It's a great experience.
That's what we said. There's a lot of people in the Halloween fandom that have been able to find the script to Halloween Kills and read it, and we're like, keep it away from us because we just want to be surprised when we go in the theater. We don't want the spoilers or anything like that. But that's one of the things that fascinates me too, is what Jay said. When you're writing it, I remember in the very first novelization for Halloween, there's a lot of stuff where they go inside of Michael's head, stuff that's, like you said, it's not in the movie, and they touch on a bunch of extra stuff. How much carte blanche do you have when you're doing that? Do they allow you to kind of say what maybe he's thinking or add, extra paint to that picture in any way?
To a certain degree, I tried to. What I did was I read John's book, and Dennis Etchison years ago wrote the novelization to the first Halloween 2. Under the name Jack Martin. So I read his again, and I paid special attention to how they wrote Michael. I always think of him as Michael. I never think of him as the shape. Even back when the movie came out, I was like, I hate that. I like Michael. But, everybody writes about him as the shape. And so that's what I did. And, I tried to write from his perspective the same way they did, where you're kind of like sort of skating over the surface of it in a way, but you're not getting behind, because he's, the thing that makes him Michael is that he's a complete enigma inside. If you get too far inside Michael, he's just going to be like a regular serial killer or something.
Yeah.
Tell that to Rob Zombie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's all I'll say about
I was going to say, do you prefer the more, we don't know if he's supernatural. We really don't. I mean, obviously he's an enigma, and you like that about him, because there's also been other people that have wrote him or, directed the movies where he's more savage, more brutal, more of like a Jason Voorhees. But I've always felt like Michael Myers, I feel like what makes him stand apart from the other horror icons is the fact that he is the enigma, as you've called him, and that he's able to, liquid smooth and kind of be in and out of the shadows. And but so I assume that is that another reason why you were attracted to the project, especially as like Michael Myers himself?
I was attracted to it because I've been a fan of Halloween ever since the first movie came out, and I like Rob Zombie's movies just fine too. But I think that I like the enigma part. I like the way you described him was really good. He's stealthy and kind of moves like sort of like in a liquid machine like way. In a lot of ways, it's almost like the liquid shape changing Terminator from the second Terminator movie.
Yes,
kind of the way that he moves, and I don't think he even talks, or if he does, it's very rarely. So I kind of like, I prefer that approach just because we already have a Jason. We don't need a another version of that.
That's a good point too. Do you think in your eyes, especially, and you don't have to say specifically because obviously the last thing we want to do is get you in trouble and have you say something you're not supposed to. And also, like we said, we don't want to be spoiler about it either. But just so I won't say for Halloween Kills in particular, but just your vision of Michael overall. Do you think he's actually supernatural, or do you like the version that kind of skirts that line where, well, a human being could survive some of the injuries he took, but I don't know, if they did or not. Would you call Michael Myers supernatural yourself?
I have no idea. I like the fact that they're, I guess just based on like Loomis's speech from the first movie, where he talks about, he spent 15 years looking at this day or whatever. And, he's nothing inside him. He's absolutely evil. He says at the end, he was the boogeyman. And, if Michael had been shot like, I don't know how many times and got up, at the end of that movie, I think everybody still would have thought of him as just a kind of a very eerie but crazy person. But with that, I mean, he kind of entered in the realm of legend. It's kind of like the end of Candyman or whatever, sort of. Yeah. Where you do enter into legend, and then at the end of that first movie, a new legend is kind of born. But yeah, I guess I like it that he skirts the line. It's no fun when you if they kind of have reasons why that somehow Michael is still around after being like shot 15 times, like if there's like a physical reason. Yep. It's like if you watch, when I remember watching Rampage with The Rock, and he's running around with these giant monsters and everything, and then he gets like shot in the kidney or whatever, and then he's running around still for 20 minutes, not even holding the wound. It's like, right. No. Yeah. I mean, that just, if you're going to do something like that, it's better to. It's why I like the fact that they made Jason into a zombie in part 6, because at least it explained what he could do. When Simon Hawke wrote the novelizations, he actually wrote it that Jason was a mutant with a healing power, which is why he was able to keep on going. So
makes sense.
Yeah. It's
weird. The newest addition to X-Men, I'm sure.
That's right. That's right.
It's crazy because they've always done a decent job with it. Like, you could explain it away if you really wanted to. So like the end of the first one, 6 times, he gets shot 6 times, but 50 Cent got shot like 9 times or something like that. That's what I always tell people. But then Halloween 2, when he gets blown up at the end of it, you think, oh, there's no way he could have survived that. But then Loomis survived it. He shows up scarred in H4, so you're like, well, if Loomis could survive it, technically he could still be.
Right.
But then I think at the end of H4 was the one that really was like, okay, there's no way, because he gets shot about 1,000 times, and it's even making him like dance as he's getting shot with gigantic guns. And I think the only way.
And then there was a dude like for some reason had dynamite in the back of his truck out of nowhere. He's like, I got this dynamite.
I think the only way you could explain away that is in 5, when they had that sea shanty dude that was like taking care of him while he was eating Beanie Weenies for a year while Michael was just in the corner. And then he had the Cult of Thorn all of a sudden. So they always like, I love how they do that. They kind of skirt it. And in this one, it's the same thing. He goes through a lot of injuries in Halloween 2018, but it's not too much to where you can say it's impossible that a human being could have survived it. And I like how they toe that line in there a lot.
Yeah, and I always imagine it kind of like when you have the people that are like, monks or whatever, and they've reached this state of consciousness where they can shut down pain, and, they can even like slow their bleeding and things like that, stuff that's all been documented. So I think somebody like Michael could probably do that. So maybe, he would just be like that part of his brain would be switched on. Maybe a lot of other parts aren't. So he could do that, and it could be real, I guess, but it's mostly the magic of the movies, probably.
It's either that or he's an IRS agent / lawyer. I mean, there's no turning on a slow boy.
He did. Well, he stared at a wall for 15 years. So
he did. I know.
He's got to have patience at the very least.
I know you can't talk much about the novelization, but what would you say when you were working on it was your favorite part of working on it? Can you say anything like specifically about it? Was it the world building? Was it the exploration of the characters? Was it
just writing from Michael's perspective, writing the scenes, because there are scenes where it's just Michael.
Yeah.
And being able to do that. The other part that's always fun is when you get to make up stuff of your own. Oh. And one of the editors I was working with, she's a big Halloween fan, and so she would always suggest like little Easter eggs we could put in.
Oh, sweet.
And including one to Rob Zombie Halloween movie that I don't know if anybody will catch it or not, but it was just a fun little thing to do. So stuff like that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It did. So it's also called, they call this one of the goriest ones. I mean, everybody said that. John Carpenter said it. The director said it. I mean, it's called Halloween Kills, I guess, for a reason. So like you said before, you've written, Resident Evil, written some supernatural and stuff like this. Would you say that this was the goriest thing that you've ever written?
The goriest like tie-in, yeah.
Yeah.
My own stuff, my original novels been, some of them are pretty gory, but yeah, and a lot of it also just depends on how it's portrayed on the screen too. It's in terms of a film, you can have something that would in real life be pretty gory, but it just depends on how much they show. But they've been gone on record about that, and we've seen some clips and things like that. So I'm expecting there to be an awful lot of blood in this movie.
How did you feel about the scenes that you wrote in the book once you saw them on the trailer, and then in the trailer, like the firefighter scene with the crazy, chainsaw blade and the halogen light and all that stuff? Not light, halogen, whatever that thing's called. What do you call it?
It's a halogen.
You put this to bed. Halogen? Is that what it says in the book?
I think so.
Halogen?
Like a little axe, a little fireman axe.
Or do you mean like when they take the fluorescent? He takes the fluorescent light tube. Isn't that one of the?
Oh, it's the firefighter bar thing that he uses at the beginning that lifts the dude up with. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's when you see stuff like that, you're sometimes, at least for the ones I've done so far, the novelizations, you're like, oh, I wish I'd known they were going to do it that way, because it'll be just, the action is often, most of the time, really well described in the scripts that I've seen. Only one I had to make up the action because it would just say something like they jump from here to there, and I'm like, what? But normally this is described pretty well. But then, of course, when they actually get to shoot it, they may have different ideas, or something just isn't as practical, in the real life as it is on the page. So, yeah, I will spend some of that movie going, or a lot of that movie probably going, oh, I wish I'd known what that looked like. And I wish I'd realized they're going to do it that way. But
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because the special effects guy's got to work his magic in there.
When you're writing it, are they pretty strict about what you're allowed to put in, and then do you have to send them I know that they have to approve it all. Are they really on you about that, specifically what you need to put in and what they don't want you to put in?
No, usually they give you the script, and they know that you're going to add stuff because the scripts aren't, no script is long enough to make a novel all by itself.
Yeah.
No matter how you flesh out the scenes that are there, so you have to add stuff to it. So, as long as you're careful, you don't say to yourself, this is my chance to stick in Freddie and Jason somewhere, whatever.
Yeah.
So, that you don't go, crazy as a fan and put things in, you can't do. That what'll happen is that somebody, whoever it is at the studio that's in charge of looking at licensed products, we'll go ahead and take a look at it and give you feedback. I'm not sure, but I think in some comments I saw on social media, I think a couple different people, maybe more, took a look at this one. The only thing that they had me do was that one of the things that I've done in the past with novelizations is sometimes you'll get a script and like an actor will, the line the actor has to say is just the same word repeated. Mm-hmm. Like an actor might say no 3 times. And as an actor, you can make that a very, very different reading of each no and be very effective, but you can't do that on the page. And so what I would do is just maybe turn that into 1 no. And for this particular movie, they said no, every line of dialogue has to be exactly the same. And that's the only thing they said. So I just went back and put those in. But otherwise, they evidently liked the stuff I added just fine. They didn't. I was trying. There was every once in a while, there are a couple scenes where maybe you misinterpret what's happening, or for whatever reasons, maybe it wasn't as clear. And they'll be like, oh, no, it's supposed to be like this. But real simple stuff. I haven't had any.
So they worked with you pretty well
throughout
okay. So that's
yeah.
Yeah. Is it the producers that come to you, or do they pass the note through your agent? How does that?
It goes through the editor at the book company.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it goes from me to the editor of the book company, to the studio, then back to the editor, then to me.
Would you consider novelizations more or less challenging than when you write your original material? Would you think it's more or less challenging?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It's just a whole different kind of thing. It's like you're collaborating with people you're never going to meet because you have the writers that wrote this script. Just by the way it's worked out, all the novelizations I've done have been sequels. So I was fortunate enough to see, the first movie ahead of time for all these films. And so that way I'm also kind of collaborating with the actors, because I can go ahead and see their performance and try to use that. And then there's just more hands in the pie too, because it's not just you and your editor, it's also the people at the studio. So there's a much larger collaborative aspect to it than when you do your own stuff. And plus, it's weird because you're building on a framework that exists in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It's not like I can say, oh, I really don't like the way this scene went. I think I'm going to go ahead and just change this a little here, or change it a lot there. You can't do that like you could with your own stuff. But, it's just different. It's different.
Probably a completely different kind of pressure.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I try not to think about the pressure. That's the hardest thing about tie-ins is like, oh, I'm writing a supernatural book and there are like 1 million supernatural fans and every one of them has a different idea of how Sailor Moon should be portrayed.
I'll bet.
And Halloween especially.
Yeah, and Halloween. So it's like, you just do I just don't think. I think about myself as the fan and just, inhabiting these characters the same way I would my own. And so that part's fun. It's also great to write Laurie too. I'm so glad that she has, such a big part in these movies. That was a joy getting to write her too.
I bet. Was there anything when you're reading, and obviously don't say what it is, but was there anything first let me ask you this. How did you feel about Halloween 2018?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I liked it real well. I think, I remember when it come out, I hadn't seen it right away, just very soon, but I'd read a bunch of reviews of it and people were all over the place about, it was great. It was great. It was great. And I thought it was really good, but I also thought at the same time that it just kind of lacked some kind of impact. I couldn't quite, but I don't know whether the reviews built it up for me. So when I saw it in the theater, it wasn't that I was underwhelmed. I was just expecting something, I guess, a little bit more. But then, I watched it a zillion times on video after that, and that all went away. So it might have just been me trying to get used to a whole different, if you're a fan of these movies, you've got like 4 or 5 different timelines going on with different versions of Michael and different versions of Laurie and all this other stuff. So I think in some ways, it's almost like you have to wipe all that out of your head to fully enjoy the new story.
Well, that's perfect to the question I was going to ask you, which was, by the way, that's got to be hard for you. Having been in the theater for 78's Halloween, it's probably impossible to compare that to anything because that must have been so cool. But seeing Michael for the first time before you've ever seen him in a commercial or on a T-shirt or anything.
Is that William Shatner?
Wild. That had to be crazy. Yeah. But so that being your reaction to Halloween 2018, like almost just lacked this almost kick, to paraphrase, like just some level of substance. When you're writing this, when you're reading the script for the first time, going through it, was there anything, and obviously again, you don't say what it was, but was there anything that just dropped your jaw that made you kind of shocked and kind of threw you for a loop?
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job telling a different kind of story. I mean, it's there in all the interviews I've read, they basically say enough that you get an idea of the kind of story it's going to be. And even on the synopsis on Amazon, that I don't know who wrote it, but whoever wrote the synopsis, it says this is what the story is. They did a really good job in kind of distilling the essence of it. And I think that they're doing some interesting things with the concept of violence and the concept of what violence does to people, which I think is really interesting.
Yeah,
the trauma, as Laurie Strode likes to say, much the way it affects people. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the tagline could be, even be something like, how far would you be willing to go to protect your family from something like evil? But just because the way that they've been building it up, it almost feels like in essence, that's what it's going to be. But again, is there any, and I know we'll definitely go back to Halloween Kills. Is there any dream projects or projects that you would really love to work on as far as novelizations go, if you ever got the chance? Is there any particular character beyond Michael Myers that you would really be interested in tackling and doing something either original or even a novelization?
Well, years and years ago, I did an original story of Freddy Krueger.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it was a novel called Protege, and that was a lot of fun. So it would be great to do Jason, so I could get like all 3 of them. The book company I was doing, I wanted to do Jason X, Jason 10, Space, and whatever you want to call him.
Yeah,
I had this idea that they were going to send Jason X back in time to kill, the original Jason, and he kept failing, so he'd have to jump forward to get to encounter each one.
Holy shit, we're hired.
Yeah, and I wanted to do that so bad, but then the book company, they just folded that part of their
line.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, so I was so excited to do that. Just because also I thought Jason X was hilarious.
It was.
My brother and I went to the theater to go see it, and the woman wouldn't sell us tickets because she said it was so bad. And I said, you don't understand. You don't understand why I go see these movies. She finally talked her into it, and she said, look, if 15 minutes go by and you can't stand this movie, come back. I will give you tickets for any movie. Oh, my brother and I are there. We're just having the best time watching this thing.
Man.
That idea is seriously, you just blew my mind, Tim. Like you literally just blew my mind, because we always think about this. And I have two questions for the chat that I'll get to, because one of them ties into what Jay just said as well. But like, we always think about, like, would you want to see Jason versus Michael, Freddy versus Ash? What would you want to see? I don't think any of us have ever had the thought, what about Jason versus Jason? Like, different versions of Jason versus Jason. Look, when this thing's out of lawsuit, you got to get a hold of Victor Miller and these guys, because I'm telling you,
2070.
Yeah. It's
right.
Just, hang on, it'll be a minute. But when they're done kicking each other in the balls in court, man, that is an idea that I think would blow minds. No doubt about it. Tying in again, I know you kind of answered this already, but where did it go? The way that YouTube works here. See. Okay, Scarehouse Tim Zombie asked, Tim, if you could go back in time and write a novel for any movie ever, what would it be?
Oh my God. Well, when I was a kid, I mean, I loved the Kolchak the Night Stalker TV series. So, I would love to write something like that. Boy, that's really hard.
Space Jam 3.
Oh, there you go. Well, the novelizations of just about any of the famous ones, like the first Alien. I mean, I think Alan Dean Foster did that one. If you could do I don't think they would ever do one for Hellraiser, since the Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker is what it's based on. But if you could do one, or maybe the second one, since it's more cosmic, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Tyler Rumfeld asked if you had to do a novel of a crossover. I think this goes to what we were talking about as well. If you had to do a novel of a crossover with Michael and another horror icon, who would you like to see Michael go up against in your own vision? By the way, good to see you boys, and welcome, Tim. Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you.
Thanks. Who would Michael? It would be interesting if it was somebody different. I mean, than him. So that's why I don't think he and Jason would work so well. Whenever I talk about, I could do workshops in horror writing and stuff, and I'll talk about how the Jason and Michael are the same basic archetype. They're the Grim Reaper, because they both have white faces that are like skulls in that they don't move. Mm-hmm. They're silent like the Grim Reaper is. They're dressed basically in monochromatic clothing. They have like a metal instrument which they use to go ahead and harvest lives with. They're just different versions of that. And if you put them together, it's kind of like having, death versus death. So, a character that might be really different. I don't know. Chucky might be interesting. Can you imagine Chucky trying to interact with Michael? Maybe try to use Michael somehow. Maybe
it'd be like Joe Pesci in Casino.
Going up against The Rock.
Yeah, that's what it'd be. Yeah.
Or maybe like Pinhead might be interesting. So completely different.
Well, there was a script that was unmade that Mike and I had discussed before, and we actually had the writer on. It was where they had planned on at some point they were going to have a crossover with Michael Myers and Hellraiser. It was essentially going to be called Michael Myers versus Pinhead. And in that instance, it was basically that Pinhead had somehow infected the little Myers boy with this evil, and they find the box inside the Myers house, and this how it's like tied all into Pinhead. I think it would be a pretty interesting movie. I'm not gonna lie. I think it would, if you don't go anywhere else, to see Michael Myers and Pinhead on screen together would make sense. Mm-hmm. And then also, if you even look at Jason involved with that too, would make sense too. I mean, the whole idea with Freddy versus Jason is the fact that Freddy says he had to scour the depths of hell to find the most evil heart. I mean, Pinhead's there in hell, so as the Lord or the overseer or whatever of Leviathan. So I don't know. It'd be really cool though.
Yeah,
it's more interesting to me almost than Michael versus Jason, because for Michael versus Jason, Jason's just so much more brute, and Michael's more tactical and stealth. It's just like that's what everybody goes to immediately is Michael versus Jason. But it's hard to say like who would win that fight. I think like it would depend on the setting. Like if it was in suburbia, maybe Michael wins. If it's in the woods, you're not messing with Jason. All that stuff's fascinating to think about. I don't know. When I was a kid, I used to just sit and type on like an MS-DOS computer, X-Men I'd like to see fight each other. So I totally get it. But at the same time, your world's perfect for that kind of thing, because you can do whatever you want to, and it doesn't necessarily have to have this effect on the franchise as a whole movie wise, because we've always said I don't want to see a crossover with Michael Myers because box office wise that's always like a last desperation heave. You know, it means like we can't just do a Michael movie because people aren't buying it. So if they're going to put Michael up against Jason or something, they're just grasping at straws, and that likely signals the end of us seeing these characters on the big screen at least for a few years. But in your world, you could do tons of shit with that.
Yep, it's true.
Not really a question. I was just talking. Sometimes I just talk. I apologize.
Well, actually, that leads me to a question, though, Tim, if you don't mind answering it. What would you do if you had the option or the opportunity to write an original novel based around Michael Myers? What would you like to see Michael Myers do or be that they haven't really explored yet? Have you ever given that any thought?
That's a good question. I'd have to find out if they'd let me do anything with the mythos of Halloween 3. Might be kind of interesting.
Yes.
I don't know how I would connect her somehow, but that might be interesting. Michael is always in Haddonfield. Maybe if you took him somewhere else, not to Manhattan, like they did with Jason.
Stay away from there.
Yeah. I mean, the minute you see Jason walking down the street in New York, you're like, look how small that guy.
Oh, that's a good point too.
It was
spent
funny.
80% of that movie on a boat. So,
yeah,
we
true.
didn't even get to really see it.
It might be, interesting to see, kind of like in the Rob Zombie movies where Loomis was like more of a publicity hound. If there was somebody that was, using Michael that way, or, we see like, documentaries that we binge on Netflix and everything. Maybe if somebody did, like you did a mockumentary like that, where it's like 7 or 8 episodes about Michael Myers, the mystery of Michael Myers or whatever, and what's true and not true and what's myth.
Yeah, that work. And then I've always thought of something. Mike and I have discussed this before as well. It would be I think it would be really neat to do something as far as like doing like the Loomis files or something like that, and then talking about Loomis and then how he experienced Michael at the very beginning and how he was trying to help him, and then suddenly and slowly start realizing that he is purely and simply evil, and then going from there. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, especially taking him out of Haddonfield. That's always been a point of contention among a lot of Halloween fans, is that, in order for Michael to grow and I think to get a new audience in, you have to take him out of Haddonfield at some point. Like he's got to be able to go on past the familial ties, which is what they're doing with Halloween 2018 and moving forward with that. So yeah, I agree completely. That would be awesome. I hope that you sound like your shit, man. I really hope that you get a chance to do some like original work like that.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So any editors, I actually be the movie people. So any movie people out there that think this would be a great idea, get in touch with the publisher.
Yeah. I think, and Akkad, I think some of the doors for some of that stuff's going to open. I feel like when Halloween Ends is done. I think that because they even talked about doing a TV series and doing this or that. I think in that space between, they want to let Halloween Ends, this trilogy, breathe for a little while, and we're not going to get a Michael movie for a few years because they're going to have to start from scratch again. I think that'll be a really good spot. And I think novelizations would be something really cool if someone wrote like a series, or you had several writers write a series and do some of the ideas, try them out with the fan base. Because I mean, the horror fan base right now is, to me, it's as big as it's ever been. I really think people would get into that kind of thing, and it would be cool. Don Harrison asks, what was your approach to writing the Halloween Kills novelization? Uh-oh. I think we're frozen. Oh, there we go.
No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, there you go. Like, what was your approach to when you wrote the Halloween Kills novelization? I know, like, when we read these scripts and stuff, we'll listen to when we read the scripts, we always throw on some Halloween music in the background, getting the zone for it.
That's what I do.
Being a fan of Halloween, like, did you approach this differently than your other books?
Well, I rewatched all the movies again. Not the Rob Zombie ones, just because his version of Michael's so different. And the feel of the world that he creates is so different. And I have my soundtracks going, my various Halloween soundtracks. I had all my like Michael Myers figures that are kind of back there somewhere. I had them all sitting right here by my computer. I made sure I got a mug that it's one of those that, like, when it gets hot, that's when Michael appears, and it cools off, he vanishes.
Yeah. I've seen those.
Yeah, so I made sure that it's the only thing I drank coffee out of the entire time I was writing the book. So, I kind of psyched myself into the, and I said I also looked at some of the other novelizations too, how they were written. Read John Passarella's all the way through. I tried my best to make sure that my book connected to his as much as possible. Some things just changed between, I don't know, it was from the script he had or whatever, but some things he had that weren't in the first movie, they just didn't follow up on. So it's a little different, but I did my very best to try to make sure that those connected as well. So, those are all the things I did that are different than if I just sat down to, write one of my own books.
That makes sense. That'd be kind of fun being a fan of the franchise too. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna put my figures over here. I'm gonna get my cup. That's awesome, man. I love it. So when you did this, before the movie came out, there was a lot of talk about, okay, we don't want to make Halloween Kills feel like that middle movie. They said we don't want it to feel like, because like Harry Potter and stuff like that, they'll take one book and span it out into 3 movies, make as much money as they can for it. So when they knew this was going to be a trilogy, and this is the middle piece, they were like, we want to make sure this feels like a complete movie on its own, even though we all know Halloween Ends is coming out. When you read the script and when you wrote the book, did you feel good about that yourself for like where the book ended? Did it feel like its own entity in a way?
Yes.
Awesome.
Badass.
Simple. I love it. Hey, man.
Yeah. I think people are really going to like it. I mean, it all depends on the execution, of course, but they nailed it with the first one. So I'm sure that this one will, and it is, I think they've said in interviews that it's just a bigger story in a lot of ways. And it really is. And there is some stuff in there too about kind of, the effect of Michael the Myth on the town and some other stuff. So
I've heard that too. Yeah. Focusing more on the curse-like identity that Michael carries with him to put on the town. I've heard that too. Yeah, I can't wait to watch it, man, and to read your book. That's going to be so great. I think the last time I stood in line, or not even, it wasn't really a standing in line, but the last time I got a novelization, I got Star Wars Episode 1. I was so excited to see Star Wars, so I'm going to definitely read yours as well, because I really, anything to deal with Halloween, and Mike's the same way, to really explore that world and to get inside those characters' minds, and I can't wait. And the way that you describe it's awesome too. It's really amazing.
Yeah, man, we can't wait to read it. Do you know at this point where people are going to be able to purchase it? I know I bought the first one. I bought John's at Barnes & Noble when it first came out, but I know you can also buy it on his website now. Are you going to have that for sale from you, or will I have to get it from newsstands?
I hadn't thought about that. I mean, it'll be everywhere just because it's Halloween, not because
on
it's
Halloween.
Me. Doesn't matter who wrote it. It's
will it be at Target?
Halloween. Yep. It will.
That's awesome.
People only watch us because we talk about Halloween, so I get it.
Yeah, I know. Will it be at your nearest Spirit Halloween store?
I don't know. I wish. That would be awesome. You could do a signing there.
That'd be great.
Are you working on anything right now that you want to promote? Talk about anything like that?
Well, I've got like 5 other books that are going to come out after Halloween. Various horror novels, a follow up to. My How to Write Horror book, Writing in the Dark. It's a workbook of exercises for that. I did a tie-in for a board game called Zombicide Invader. So it's like space zombies. It was a lot of fun to write. That's coming out in February. And right now I'm working on a psychological horror novel. It's just one of my own.
Right on, man. Is there a certain place anybody can check that out? The website or a different place? I know. We were having trouble trying to figure out the issue with the website that we were talking about, because for some reason there was one link that you find on Google that just takes you to like a Viagra website, and I'm like, that's not Tim's. That is not Tim's website. Contacted
my web guy, and he's like, yeah, you have malware there. We got it removed. So I don't know where it came from, but yeah, I did the same thing. I went there and I was like, oh my God, look at that. But now it should be fine. So just my website, it's just timwagner.com. It has links to everything.
Awesome, man. And I'll put a link down below for you guys to check all that stuff out, man. We really appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us tonight. We're super psyched to read the book.
It was really awesome to talk with you, Tim.
Oh, yeah. I had a great time. It was a great conversation. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. If you want to, back after the movie comes out and we can get more into spoiler territory, if you'd like to come back on, man, we'd love to have you. We can get real deep in this thing.
Yeah, that would be great. That'd be a lot of fun.
All right, man. Well, have a great night, brother. We appreciate your time.
Thanks,
right,
Tim.
You guys take care.
Hey, you too.
You too. And guys, we will be right back ourselves. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys.
Thank you.
Elite Al, that sounds like when you first get an Xbox and you try to get a gamer tag that you think is badass when you're 14, you'd pick Elite Al.
I'm hitting all the wrong buttons.
In the fall of 1990.
Elite Al, that sounds like when you first get an Xbox and you try to get a gamer tag that you think is badass when you're 14, you'd pick Elite Al.
In the fall of 1997,
oh, they talk.
A 16-year-old boy set out to document his family's Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh,
What he
Boring.
purportedly captured on his video camera was more than just a family get-together.
what?
The following footage, if real, could be the most important evidence ever, supporting the possibility that we are not alone in the universe.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
This
Michael
footage
Jackson said
contains
that.
explicit and frightening images. Now, for the first time ever, watch the complete and unedited tape and decide for yourself. Alien abduction. Did it happen?
Is there not another choice? I don't like
Is there
this.
this is multiple choice? I'm psyched right now, dude. This is fun. Alien
Yeah,
abduction.
That's badass. Yeah, this is old school. I feel like Jonathan Frakes is gonna come out of a corner door somewhere and be like, "Alien abductions, the unseen files." Oh shit, it looks scary though. That dude looks like he was the first one that invented blowing cocaine up your butt to get higher. That guy looks like he cheated on his wife like twice.
Oh, mom's hitting the wine.
Good. This feels like it was this a made for TV? It had to be a made for TV movie.
Yeah, it was made for TV. Yeah.
So I wonder if it was like on I feel like this could be on TNT or something, like the old school TV.
Oh, dude, what's going on in there?
Open the door up!
Oh, I saw
Do it!
somebody's motorboating.
Just kick the door in, or just act like you fell into it.
Oh yeah.
I can't. I'm literally trying to lean around to look in the door, and I'm not even there.
I know. I just went from
They
6
blurred the
to
titties
midnight.
out. So,
They did.
oh, dude, come on. Oh my God! What happened? Oh my God, what happened? The door obviously opens on its own. I don't.
No, chill out, man.
Where did he come from?
Hold on.
He was in there licking her boobies.
Tommy, that's enough video for one night, don't you
God
Damn,
damn,
this-
Mom, you already filled up another cup.
Career, man.
Jesus
I know it's
Christ.
your second glass.
Filled up another cup.
Career, man.
I know it's your
Christ.
second glass.
Music video director.
Yeah, right. You can't even hold that thing steady.
Yeah,
You can't even hold your dick steady when you're having sex with your girlfriend's titties.
Uh-oh.
Ready?
Oh, fuck.
Fucking E.T. wants some Thanksgiving dinner too. Give me some cranberry sauce.
Kurt, this is Matthew.
Matt?
Yeah, he was extending his hand out.
Matthew.
Right, because he's doing our sister.
He's like, "Don't worry about it, son. I'm just gonna take you over here to the Ku Klux Klan shed. I'm not racist."
What, you think that's funny?
Look how that motherfucker's dressed. You could just
Do you
tell
think
he's
it's
racist.
funny that he's having sex with our sister, Jim? That's my
Should have
sister.
told us the guy's black. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
See, I
no.
knew it, dude.
Called
I knew it. This motherfucker looks like he gets drunk at Applebee's Bar and Grill and screams racist obscenities.
He looks like he has a full duck head collection in his closet. His favorite style of clothing is old college in.
Yeah, we'll have to...
Oh, fuck, dude.
hell was that? You see that?
It's a
They're
wizard.
coming to probe
There's a
your
wizard
racist
over
ass.
there having a battle.
Man, I came from the What is that?
Why you guys keep staring? What do you mean? What is that? It's a telephone pole.
It's a telephone pole on fire.
He's like, "What is
Oh,
that?"
there's something else there.
Oh, I can't
Was
see
that the
it.
fucking UFO?
Look, zoom in. Oh shit.
Something from the Air Force Base. Damn.
Zoom out.
Something. It looks like a goddamn
Is that the
glowing
fucking
ball
UFO,
sack.
dude?
Yeah, dude. It looks like a glowing ball sack with lights on it. It's got
Oh my
veins.
God.
It's like veiny in the middle.
What the fuck?
It's cool. I don't know if that's an effect of the age of the film or that's an effect they added, but it looks like when he's zooming in, it's pixelating more. Like there's interference.
Wait.
Zoom out.
Yeah, I know. I can't stand it, man. Somebody just their fat finger is stuck on the zoom button. There you go.
It's a
Back
fucking
out.
UF igloo.
What's that guy doing?
Oh, there's a guy.
Guy doing? Quiet.
Oh, he's tiny, dude.
Oh my God! Hey man, come on.
Is that an alien?
Come on.
That's an
That's a
alien.
fucking alien.
What?
That's a tiny alien.
Alien.
Oh man. Oh my God!
This
there's
acting
two.
is great.
Oh, there's two of them.
Yeah, they come in pairs.
Just be quiet.
One to probe you, one to hold you down.
They do move in herds.
Oh.
What is he doing?
Oh, he's looking at him.
What do you mean? What he's
Come on,
doing?
it's my camera.
You're the guy. Dude, why? They're so close and they're zoomed
Oh,
the fuck
that's-
in.
Fucking freaking me out. Stop moving towards it.
see. Damn it.
Oh no, dude. Now they're moving towards him now. Oh
You
God.
know what? You know what?
That's-
You know what happened? They were flying around
Oh.
and they were playing around and one of them lost their phone. They're just looking for it. They're like, I told you not to take fucking selfies while we're flying around the humans.
What?
I dropped my probing butt stick. Dude, this
It
is fucking.
looks
This
like
is
that.
giving me the creeps.
What are they doing?
Star Wars
He's
thing.
just cutting in.
Oh, he's got a red light. Oh, he's looking
Oh
at
yeah, no, look, they're grays. They're the grays, dude.
Oh, God!
They're so
They see
smart
us.
with their big heads.
Oh,
Hey, now we know what they are. They're intergalactic cops. They shine their light right into your fucking phone so you can't videotape them. What if they were just gonna ask you if you had any gas money? Like, hey, excuse me, we're trying to get back to Uranus. Do you guys have any
Dude,
like
this is-
$5?
This is way before the Blair Witch. That's fucking nuts.
I know it never
They
got the
found
attention.
tapes and
Well,
everything.
that's the view.
What's going on?
Stop saying Ryan what's going on and pick up the goddamn phone.
My dad's a racist
What's Ryan-
asshole. Please call the cops. I saw some grays down there. They got a UFO and everybody's gonna get butt probed.
I know her.
Oh, please.
No, you don't. You
Oh,
wish
dude,
you
that's fucking Sloan from Entourage.
Are you guys stoned?
That house also kind of looks like the entryway to Resident Evil.
Please, can I see that?
Dude, he said, "No, we're not stoned."
Oh my god, we gotta get that under control.
Oh no, dude.
Damn, you got fucking hardcore laser blasted.
I ain't going out there.
He said, "I ain't going out there."
Please keep your voices down. You
That's your fourth glass of wine, Mom. Jesus Christ, put it down.
This isn't a joke.
No one takes you seriously anymore, you goddamn bobblehead with
A
glasses.
UFO.
Okay.
I'll
settle
prove
down.
to you there's no aliens. The secret's in my vagina.
Renee.
No,
She's
he's
not
the,
autistic. She's got
Yeah,
two
dude.
glasses.
she is a wild child. This bitch fucking definitely partied at Club 57. Some of her look like he getting ready to cast the spell though. Like his face is like getting real. Oh, is the camera doing a weird busy thing? You hear that?
It looks like something moved past in the
I feel
window.
like just saw one in the window, man.
Yeah, dude, it was one fucking window. I knew I saw that.
Holy shit, dude! That was through signs. They did the thing in signs.
Yeah.
Vominos, children. Vominos.
Vominos.
She's on her sixth glass of wine. Motherfucker, that's full, dude. That bitch is gonna be catatonic by the time the aliens come. Your seventh glass of wine. Jesus, Mom. Why don't you motherfuckers go upstairs? Why don't you guys go outside and get in the car?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Wait, did you just freeze? No, okay.
They were shooting nail guns at him. This is old school, man.
Yeah.
That's what that was. That was. Oh, okay. Damien
It
Hawkins.
takes a lot to scare me. I've worked in the sci-fi horror genre for about 15 years now. and
This
created
guy
some
looks like
pretty
he said
elaborate special
more
effects.
than words.
Hey, folks.
Hi, guys.
How's it going? Did you enjoy your pee-pee?
Yeah, I did. It was a long one, and it felt good with
I
my
always enjoy my
3-inch
pee-pee.
wiener. But yeah, you know, what a nice guy. What a really
Mm-hmm.
super awesome nice guy. I really liked him. We'll admit it did kind of feel it kind of felt like we were invited to the adults table at Thanksgiving for the first time, and we didn't know really how to act because he was very he felt very cultured. like he felt very smart, and I felt stupid. It's like if you got a really like an awesome favorite teacher in high school, and then you stay after class to kind of talk with them, but they're talking about adult things that you really can't relate to, but you're trying your best to do it. And you're like, and they're like talking, about like really high, lofty things, and you're like, yeah, you know what? I've got a paw collection, and I'm really proud of it.
I have a bicycle. My bicycle is red.
And I also have red and blue streamers on it. No big deal. I know.
yeah, definitely more of a well-spoken, smart.
Yeah,
guy
very
than the
very
two of us
smart
put
guy.
Together.
I was
But,
proud of us though,
like you
dude. We held the cussing down to a minimum. So
I was proud too.
and I've been drinking adult juice. So there was a lot of times I want to go, so what the fuck, man? They didn't want you to do. I wanted to be like, fuck, dude. And I
See,
didn't
we could be
because I was-
classy.
well, as soon as he said, and again, like you got the, favorite teacher vibe off of him. I'm like, well, we're kind of cool with each other, but if I really say something wrong, I'll get an F. So I'm just going to keep it cool, keep it light, keep it going. But yeah, it was cool, man. It was fun.
Dude, I absolutely I mean it. He blew my mind with that Jason idea. That is
Dude,
the
that was
coolest
so
idea for a
good.
Jason movie I've ever fucking heard.
We should steal it.
We should steal the shit out of it.
We should
Write our own
steal it
script.
and be like, let's just be a script. Yeah, we'll be like, what Daniel, is it Daniel Ferrans or Ferrans or
Ferrans,
Halloween?
yeah.
Farron's. We should just do that and send it into a COD and be like, this was totally original.
We'll throw you an EP credit, Tim.
Yeah, it's like
if the movie gets made. We're just kidding, but that seriously, someone should make that. It's amazing. Tyler said, "By the way, Jay, my dad does not cut my hair with a bowl. Shh, he uses a pan."
Okay, well that makes. I mean, that's even more efficient, I suppose. Good for you. There was I commented. I think that's in reference to earlier. I did comment. Wolfman got. I guess he was being like some asshole was being mad at him for his accent or whatever, and he supposed I don't know. He said December with a Z. People that comment have tampons in their ass sometimes that are negative, and they just comment about anything that has nothing to do with the video. They usually do it all the time, but anyway, that was and I called the guy a dildo head, the guy that, and then he had said something about like, well, I bet you think I'm a loser too because my dad cuts my hair with a bowl, and I was like, no way, Jose, I feel like that's efficient. I was like, no one would dare call Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber really a loser because he wins in the end.
Yeah, some guy commented on a video yesterday. I put it on Twitter. He was like, "Could you guys just stop giving me the vibes of the two cops from Halloween 5 and just read the news and stop trying to be funny?" I was like, "You can learn how to use Google, asshole." I was like, "If you just want us to read the fucking news, then what the fuck is the point? Like, can you not read? You can't read the news off the page. We're not breaking any of this shit. We're just spraining it." You know what I mean?
Like, we're always gonna try to be funny. We know we're not. We're just trying, okay? And nobody loves a quitter. You idiot.
That should be the response to all of them. Nobody loves a quitter, man.
Yeah.
We're just doing our best here.
Should I quit smoking? Sure. Should I quit drinking? Absolutely. Do I? No, because no one likes a quitter. Fucking
What's
idiot.
the song? Some people say I got a drinking problem. I don't see it as a problem at all or something like that.
That sounds like the biggest country song I've ever heard in my life.
It is a country song. I pulled it on the other day. You were like, dude, turn this shit off. I was like, this is a good drinking song, man.
Oh yeah, because we were already in the middle of like a high talks conversation. And that was just not adding. That was not helping.
Yeah, that's true. Ain't no reason to stop. Patricia Gregory, thank you so much. She says, "Hey, Mike and Jay, just want to let you know you guys make me happy. Thank you for your funny videos. Can't tell you how much I love you both. Can't tell you how much we love you too,
thank you.
Patricia. Thank you. You're such a sweetheart always."
But
thanks, Bobby, for the super chats you were throwing in there while we were talking. We appreciate that too, man.
Yeah, I got to say though, hopefully it wasn't too. I mean, the guest, he was great. I mean, he really was great. Awesome interview. I just felt like Mike and I were a little bit out of our element because again, Mike said it right. He was smart. He was really onto it, and we were just kind of like, oh. Yeah, but it was still fun. I really do like doing the interviews, man, especially because you learn so much, about the process and how they do this and stuff like that. And I know there's probably aspiring novelists and aspiring people out there, authors that want to do this, and it's cool to bring these kind of guys on. I would rather talk to these kind of dudes, really, honest to God, screenwriters, whatever, that have to actually deal with character development and these beloved icons in like Michael Myers or something than a director. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like talking to directors too, but there's something about talking to screenwriters and novelists or novel authors and shit like that it's just, I don't know, it takes it to a different level.
Their minds work a different way. I noticed that when he was talking about, I didn't get a chance to tell him this, but when he was talking about how Michael and Jace are basically the same and how like they both have the white mask, they're kind of like the Grim Reaper. I can't say it nearly as eloquently as he did, but when he was going through explaining that, I was like, man, that's some deep, smart shit. And that's why I love talking to writers, just like you do. They're my favorite people to talk to because it's a whole nother level of thought and like imagination that goes into that shit. Stuff that I definitely wasn't born with.
It's the creativity, man. Yeah. It's the pure creativity, and mine was all sucked out by my ex-wife, fucking slut hoe. But I'm kidding. But yeah, it's really cool. Honestly, I would even like to talk to composers. Like imagine talking to obviously John Carpenter is not just a composer, but he's an amazing greatness. Yeah, he's a statue of David, except that his wiener's not showing. But I would like to imagine talking to someone like John Williams or the dude that did Hans Zimmer. Like, holy shit, those would be amazing interviews too. I don't know. I would even talk to the boom mic operators. Like, hey man, what was that like when you were like filming? Did you push the boom mic right into James Hugh Courtney's face? It's like, smell it.
You gotta put it in front of their faces. You gotta squeeze it. Yeah, squeeze the chest. Rock Pit Knowledge, thanks, buddy. Says only drinking problem is 2 hands and 1 mouth.
That's true.
I like it. I like that kind of never give up attitude. Anthony Stamp said, "Can Dr. Loomis tell my brother Nicholas to get a job? He graduated in May and he still hasn't found jack shit." That's not funny, it's just the way you said that. He still hasn't found jack shit.
Nicholas! You dumb shit sycophant. Let me tell you something. Last May you graduated, there's a guy named Saint Nicholas. He's got a job for 100,000 years. He's been delivering presents to ungrateful little shits like you in the hope that you would be better in the world. And that's what you're doing. You're sitting on your stupid narrow ass playing Madden 22. I know you are. You know what? It sucks, according to sources.
It does suck.
So you're full of shit. Get a job. I don't care if you're flipping goddamn hamburgers at the Waffle House. Do they serve hamburgers? I don't care. You're done. Dumb shit. Sitting there. I got a high school diploma. Now I'm going to sit on my ass and gain 27,000 pounds and eat Cheetos for 2 years. And then I might go to college and I'll be that lovely Ryan Reynolds and Van Wilder. You'll be nothing. You'll be Van Shitter. Get a job now. By the way, I was going to say, thank you for the super chat, by the way. I was going to say, it's so funny. The Loomis that we do is obviously a parody. It's not Donald Pleasance. It never has been Donald Pleasance. I know, it's weird, isn't it? But it's so hilarious that when you read the hate comments, they're like, oh, by the way, Dr. Loomis was not a Nazi German. He was British. I'm like, Nazi Germany. I was like, well, couldn't you just be German? And I was like, I know it's not supposed to be fucking Donald Pleasance, you stupid asshat. Like, I can't stand those. I really can't. That's just the one thing. I know I don't sound like Donald Pleasance, obviously.
Fictional characters.
They're like,
Dakota Buckner says, what's up, guys? My favorite part of the Alien video is when Jay just talks about how many glasses of wine the mom had. Yeah, that's her 16th glass of wine.
Oh, I was pissed, dude, because I was like, that bitch should be taking care of her family and getting everybody together. It's like, that's your 16th glass of wine. God damn, Mom. And you said you didn't have a problem. Yeah, right. Like, Dad doesn't really go to hookers. Because you're drunk all the time and he can't put it in you. That motherfucker's like a brewery inside. His dick comes out drunk.
Logan Hennessy, thanks, buddy. He says, awesome interview, guys. Hey, Mike, we are leg injury brothers. Hello, glad to see that you're okay, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
not infected so far. Not infected so far. I had to go get a fucking tetanus shot, which I didn't even know what to do. Thanks to, I can't say who it was I talked to because I don't want to get him in trouble. But thanks to the two of you, you know who you are, because obviously, I don't have health insurance. So I didn't want to just go get stitches. You know what I mean?
Me neither.
And like pay all that shit. So they helped
my health insurance is fruit juice, a Band-Aid, and Neosporin. They're like, hey, if you don't have health insurance, just take these three things. You'll be okay.
Have some
ibuprofen, that's okay. That's it.
Well, I guess I'll just die.
Hey, big gulps, eh? Well, see you later.
But I found out, so the knife that you saw that cut me, that stabbed me in the knee, was the last time I used it, it was to cut up carpet that the dog peed on. So we removed carpet, and I used that knife because it was super sharp, and that's the one that went inside of me. That was on pee-pee carpet. So I definitely was overdue on my shot. So I had to go to Kroger and be like, I just walked into the pharmacy. She's like, hi, how are you? I was like, do you guys do tetanus shots? She's like,
why did you say it so lightly? She's like, no, you sick asshole.
I didn't know pharmacies gave anything but the flu shot.
They give the tetanus.
And I got this big ass fucking like bloody patch on my leg. I'm like, you guys do tetanus shots? She's like, oh, there's got to be a story here. I was like, yeah, there is. So, yeah, got that. That was
should have been like, she's like, yeah, I got stabbed because he told me to fuck her and I fucked her. I told her to fuck her and I fucked her.
I thought I fucked up last night though, dude. Everybody told me not to, but I went to the volleyball game anyway and played. And I fucking wrapped it up really tight, dude. I double wrapped that bitch, and I wore pants on the sand, which made me look like an asshole anyways. But I still was diving around and all that. And I thought it was okay. It didn't hurt that bad. I also had like 2 beers in me at the time. But went to the bathroom afterwards because the wound's so high, I have to like take down my pants to get to it. Mm-hmm. Just a little piece of imagery for everyone. I'm in this tiny bathroom stall in this fucking bar, and I pulled down my pants, and dude, it was a fucking murder scene. Like, just fucking blood everywhere.
Blood
you
ripped
knee.
it.
Yeah, I ripped that shit, and like there's blood on my knee, and there's blood dripping out of the bandage. I took the bandage. Dude, I felt like Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men when he goes to like heal himself in the bathroom. I had my extra bandage that I brought and fucking just ripped off. It's dripping blood. I slipped out of my hand. It dropped on the floor and just splattered on the floor. So someone probably thought I was having my period in there, and I cleaned it up because I'm not an asshole. But yeah, dude, and I replaced it. Luckily, though, I got home and I cleaned it, and it doesn't look like it ripped too bad. I think the inside of it just like where I was like diving and dodging, I think it just like squirted out a little bit, but it still, I got no sand in it is the important thing. That's
I wish I had been there. I'd have walked in behind you, and then if I'd seen all the blood, I was like, I will cut you at your knees. Yeah, it was a gnarly cut. I mean, luckily, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I knew it wasn't that terrible. I think Eobor Thawne actually said it right. Back in the day, I mean, when you had a cut like that, your mom would be like, walk it off. Fuck you. I'm not going to pay like $900 for an x-ray. I can't hear you. There, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm back now.
What did you do, Chad?
I have no idea, dude. This mic thing's loose. But I was gonna say it's a good thing our parents raised us that way. You know what I mean? Because we grew up and now we're prepared to be poor.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Well, or if if your arm comes off in like a Def Leppard drummer accident when you flip your car, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's just a flesh wound. Walk it off." Like, yeah, I got this.
I'm good, dude.
I got this, bro.
Hey, we did too. Man. We finished. We got up. We wiped ourselves off, and we finished that goddamn skit.
Well, luckily, I think we were we only had one more scene after that.
Yeah. I just had to snap your neck. That was it. We were done.
Well, it was going to be more, and then I had noticed that his wife tried to kill him. I was like, I'm not going to do that. She's not doing that. She's not going to have the knife in her hands. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
but we should have learned our lesson back in the day anyway. We're stupid. Well, I almost put an eye out, and then Mike got stabbed in the fucking knee. We're dumb. This was a good wake up call, because I swear to God, one of these days it was going to go right into our jugular. I'm like, dude, you all right? We're live. You sure you want to go to the doctor? I'm like, yeah, dude, I gotta go.
I sent the video to my mom because I was talking to her about it. I was like, does this look infected? She's like, what the fuck? Like, go get stitches. I'm like, I can't. But I sent her the clip of it, and she said that she watched it over and over again, and she said she just fucking kept dying laughing at you because you're like, she can't see. You were like, dude, you got stabbed? Oh shit!
Who?
My mom.
Well, you know what?
You said in the video.
Oh yeah. Well, it's probably because it's one of those things. Like I thought, like when you see a really severe injury to your friend, especially if you grew up and were raised like we were, it's like, oh shit, bro. Like you're going to tell your mom, like she's going to she's going to get mad at us. Like, I guess you just revert back to that. It's like, oh shit, man. That's exactly what it was. Cause it's like, we were playing out like in an area that we shouldn't have been playing, like in the woods or something. Like behind my house, I used to have these woods, and Mike and my brother and I would all go out there, and like there were fucking snakes out there. There was all sorts of like, old broken ass wood, like 2x4s they'd made like a tree house, all sorts of shit you gotta get hurt back there with. And mom and dad were always like, you can't go back there. But we'd always go back there, and if one of us got hurt, we'd be like, oh fuck, dude, you really hurt? Because I mean, we gotta go to mom and we gotta tell her. It was bad.
Are you sure, dude? Are you sure?
I was like, dude, I think it's fine, bro.
And then when we got older, it was like, dude, are you sure? Because we're gonna have to tell our girlfriends.
Yeah, I was like, or now it's gonna be like, dude, are you sure? Because we're gonna have to tell the cops. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, dude, exactly. Yeah. That reminds me of that one skit when I got thrown into your wall and it busted the drywall. And I looked at you, and you could see the skit, the fear in my face, because I thought your ex-wife was gonna. I knew she was gonna find out what happened.
If you listen really close, you could hear the sound of the devil when she's like, Jay! I'm like, oh fuck. I was so goddamn scared. And dude, it had nothing like that night. Holy shit, it was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 in that fucking house, because it was fucking. I was like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. I'm gonna have my uncle come over. We're gonna plaster that. She's like, ah! She was like a fucking shrieking banshee. She wouldn't shut the fuck up. I'm like, just drink your wine, whore.
I walked back upstairs eating her Cheetos. It was like, I'm gonna go, dude.
I know you left like right away because you're like, it's getting bad.
Rock Pit Knowledge says, get pickled pepper trying to get a nut. I don't know what that means.
So lose your butt on the dance floor. Your butt's up, pants in the air. Come on, say yeah. Everybody over here, everybody over there.
I don't know what that was, but
that was Everybody Dance Now.
Oh, okay, yeah. It just reminded me of the thing from Once Upon a Time where he's like, she's gonna play her pickled pepper heart out.
Oh, speaking of which, this is off subject completely, but a little piece of news. Apparently, Toys R Us is going to be back next year. It was bought by Macy's, and it's going to be inside of a Macy's store. Very sexual. Very happy. You cannot go.
Toys R Us is going to be inside of Macy's.
Yeah, it's going to rock the shit out of her.
No, dude,
but no,
I mean, trash.
But Macy apparently bought Toys R Us, and now they're going to open up the store, reopen the store inside of their stores in like probably malls and shit. But that's cool. I mean, you could still go to a Toys R Us.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a Toys R Us. It's going to have like a tiny little section, and it's going to have stupid toys.
First off, it can't be tiny because it's got a giraffe as its mascot. Okay, it's got to be huge.
It's going to be tall.
It's going to be a big giraffe. Space. It's got to be a giraffe housing. But no, I mean, but it's still cool. That would be awesome. They have like a grand opening.
Talk about getting people back into brick and mortar retail. That's how you do it.
But I mean, that's cool though, man. Like, well, at least the fact that if you walk into a mall and you see Macy's and you walk in there and then there's a Toys R Us.
Yeah, but the reason that I'm not excited about it for two reasons, Jay. Number one is because if it's a small section, you know they're not going to have the stuff we go there for. They're going to have like the big, super popular kids toys, but they're not going to have like the cool like adult toys from movies. No, they won't have enough room. That was always like in a creepy aisle in the back. Somewhere.
Well, I know there are always going to be creepy aisles at Toys R Us. Trust me. There's so many fucking nasty people that fucking hung out at Toys R Us back in the day. I used to work there. I worked there for 3 weeks right before I got fired. But
how you gonna get fired from Toys R Us, motherfucker?
Well, I did because I kept on not showing up on Saturdays. Because they wanted me there at like 3 o'clock in the morning to unload the truck. And then also the bastards coming in was like, do you have the Deadpool Theory 18 special edition? I'm like, shut the fuck up, you 45-year-old virgin. Yes, I have it. I already bought it.
You told me I could come and ask for it anytime I wanted to. There's no reason to be rude now.
It really was, dude. That really did happen. I had only been there like a week, and this dude was coming in every morning at like right when they opened the doors. And he'd come in, and we'd be like unloading the truck and trying to get everything ready. And he'd be like, "So yeah, do you have Daredevil?" And he would like name the fucking whatever the toy line was. And then I went back. I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I'll go check." And I went back in the the warehouse area of it, and they were like, yeah, that guy comes in here every week. He's like, just tell him no. They just didn't like him because apparently he's a big asshole. So they're like, no, because we don't even look for him. So I was like, all right, well, I just hung around and then told him no. And then he was like, well, I guess I'll be back next week. I was like, why don't you get a girlfriend? That might be fun. That might be fun.
Dakota Buckner said, you sound like Randall. You sound like if Randall worked at Toys R Us. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. You know, I don't like talking about Dark Forces.
Dakota Buckner says,
Randall,
if I have to say Dakota Buckner one more time,
never mind. I was thinking of Elias Randall.
Yeah, Randall.
Yeah, well, that's how we both are. Like, retail is a bitch, man. I was never a Dante. I was always inside I was always a Randall, but maybe on the outside I was more of a Dante.
Yeah, on the outside you were Dante. Shut up.
You had to be Dante. Well, no, I mean, I got high marks, but inside I was like, I hope you die in a fucking fire.
I think everybody is.
Dakota Buckner, not for real. Not for real, but kind of.
Have you seen My Soul to Take? And if so, I was wondering what you thought about it. I've never seen that movie. Wanted to when it came out. I wanted to go to the theater and see it. And still, to this day, like 20 fucking years later, I still haven't watched it.
My Soul to Take?
Wes Craven, My Soul to Take. It's a Wes Craven movie that came out.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I remember I watched was it The Others? Was that John Carpenter or Wes Craven? I think that was Wes Craven.
The Others was neither. That was
no, not The Others. Oh fuck! It was a weird. Never mind. I don't remember. There was one I bought on a whim on DVD. No, it was
The Ward was John Carpenter.
No, I don't remember what it was.
They.
Yes, it was They.
Yeah, that's Wes Craven.
Yeah, I bought that on a whim. It wasn't bad, but it was kind of a bad movie. I don't know.
It was in the middle. Bruiser. I think it was Wes Craven that did Bruiser back in the day. That had a dope ass fucking cover. I had the VHS. Never saw the movie though. Sorry, David. I need to watch that though. I absolutely fucking do. Scarehouse Tim Zombie says, "Hey Mike, happy you're doing better. Hope you get James Jude Courtney on one day. I met him last week and he's just the nicest guy.
Why don't you drop our name?
Apparently he's super fucking nice, and that's why he won't come on this show.
Yeah, you know why? Because he realized that we're pieces of shit, and that this is a terrible. This is a step down for him. This is not a good thing.
I spoke to him, and he was like, "Yeah, just run it through my person here."
And then he started watching it.
Yeah, and I never heard back.
This is like
I don't blame you,
but he started watching, and then he was like, "Yeah, that's like going into like I don't know, like being like you're invited to a skank party, and you go in there, and it just smells like butt crack and Cheetos. I'm not even interested. Like that's what he. You know, I get it.
Computer's gone bad.
I get it.
Maybe one day, hopefully he will. He probably doesn't even. He probably just forgot about it. He probably didn't even not doing it on purpose. But
by the way, JT Customs, yes, we both. Clerks 3. I've seen the pictures, the promos for it, as far as like, them get all back together. It looks good. I hope it's going to be awesome. I think it will. So, but I am aware that it's happening. Yes.
Anthony Stamps, thanks, buddy. He says, by the way, have you ever seen the fan film Friday the 31st, Michael vs. Jason? The actor who plays Michael and it's going to play young Michael in the flashbacks in Halloween Kills. That's cool as fuck for him.
That's weird.
I don't think we've seen that one. We've seen the Michael vs. Jason Resurgence or whatever it's called. I can't remember the name of it.
I don't
think we've seen
I thought we saw them both.
Friday the 31st. I don't remember that. I don't remember.
Oh
that.
no, I was so drunk I thought it was the 31st. I was just drunk. It was really the Friday the 13th movie.
We'll have to check that out though, man. So everybody says stop crushing our dreams. Stop. Why? What did I do? What did I say?
James Courtney, I think.
Could that have been it? No, I think that was too soon.
No, I think that's it.
What did I do? I think it was the Toys R Us thing, maybe, because this was a while back in the chat.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
What do you mean? I'm not going to crush your dreams. What do you mean? I don't even know what that means.
Because I said Toys R Us is going to suck. And the other
you know what? To me, it doesn't matter if it's not the same Toys R Us. As long as it's a Toys R Us, I think that'd be cool. Like, listen, if Blockbuster came back and it's not exactly the same Blockbuster as I remember, as long as it was a goddamn Blockbuster that you could rent movies from and smell those sweet, sweet gumballs, I'd be all right with it.
Yeah, but Blockbuster's not a thing you can do anywhere. You can buy toys at fucking Walmart. If Toys R Us comes back, they have to have
it's
the
goddamn
stock
Walmart.
that makes it Toys R fucking Us, Jay.
No, but it's not. But it's Walmart. It's different when you walk out with a Toys R Us bag versus a goddamn Walmart bag.
Different when you walk into a goddamn Macy's and you have to walk past the fucking people selling goddamn Cologne to get into the fucking to find 4 goddamn toys on a wall.
That's right. Okay, and then when you walk out, you'd be like, "Let me have some of that sample. Give me that sample cologne." Now I feel good, and you swing your fucking bag out the door.
Well, the other reason I said it's gonna suck is because like there's an outlet mall close by here in like Springfield, Kentucky. Sometimes we'll go there to like to go shopping for the kids' clothes and shit like that, and they have like a Toys R Us up there. They have a Toys R Us. I think it's still called Toys R Us, and you're like, oh fuck, Toys R Us, and you walk in and there's like 12 toys, and it's just like it's like that in 40-Year-Old Virgin when Jonah Hill buys those ice skates and he's like, I don't understand. I just want to take these ice skates home. And she's like, well, you have to buy them on eBay. It's like, so you're not actually a store? That's what it felt like.
Well, I guess I'm just happy that you see a Toys R Us sign. I don't know. Well, it gives me giddy joy.
Okay.
No, well, fuck your face and fuck your knee. You know what? I'm going to say it. I don't care that you hurt your knee. I'm going to say
I know.
It's a dirty hole. Yeah, it's the hole that you're used to. It's a fucking, it looks like a Grand Canyon vagina.
It really does look like a vagina, and you can push
it. Does it look? I know. I saw it. I was like, God, that's an ugly vagina. Is that Courtney Love?
No, if it was Courtney Love, I'd have to lose my fucking leg.
You lose like half your body.
This cut is not going to kill Kurt Cobain. I can promise you that. Oh shit, tits. Go Flamingo, probably the coolest name I've ever seen. Says yes, my soul to take is awesome. People dunk on it, but after a crummy opening, it is amazeballs. So you just got to get through the shitty opening.
That's
good
cool
to know. I'm gonna watch that shit. Evan M says, "What are we drinking, boss?"
I'm drinking hard liquor in a can. I think the locals refer to it as Michelob Ultra, but I refer to it as hard liquor.
You drinking bitch water?
What are you drinking? Literally water, bitch.
Bitch water.
So I mean that kind of backfired, sir.
I literally.
Which one? This?
It's like a third of my garage fridge has nothing but Michelob Ultra in it. So, you know, I'm not saying that. I had an Oktoberfest last night. Fucking delicious. Tasty. Delicious.
Oh, yeah. Are they bringing those back out now?
Yeah, they're coming out. You get Oktoberfest at the stores. I already got me some.
Yeah, you always like that shit. I'm surprised you haven't already got like a 12-pack of that.
I thought you were going to say, I'm surprised you haven't gotten fucking fatter.
Oktoberfest?
Fat. Oh, yeah, dude. It's got a lot of
I know. It's IPA. I know.
No, it's not IPA.
I thought it was.
No, it's a dark beer. It's like a.
Don't be racist. I thought it was just an IPA.
It's a Falakalock. One of those fancy. It's an Oktoberfest. That's actually the style of beer. It's a black ale.
I don't know, man. I don't think you've ever given me like any particular dark beer IPA that's actually been good. I don't think I've ever liked any of them.
Yeah. No, you haven't. I can say with absolute.
My shit's undefeated. Unlike LeBron James, who didn't get named MVP.
Didn't even get a fucking vote.
I was funny as fuck, dude. I saw his quotes and I was like, dude, I support LeBron James to a degree, but I was like, you're being a really girly bitch. It's like, as if I don't got enough to worry about. I can't even get some votes. I was like, dude, it's not the end of the world. Is it because Space Jam 2 sucked? Like, I don't know what this is. Like, I've never heard such like it was such an entitled little baby crying that you didn't get the vote to be MVP of the NBA.
It's like, dude,
you're worth $1 billion fucking dollars. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, like one player on your team got hurt and you just fucking just gave up and got swept. No, you're not the best player in the NBA anymore. But yeah, Ken Burnett, what's up, buddy? He says, are you guys going to review Jason Rising? I made it seem shitty, but he was just asking if we're going to, we already reviewed it.
Yep.
We already reviewed it and it'll be up tomorrow, I believe.
By the way, I did go back and listen. Our theme, isn't it? I was like, because when I first heard it at the end of the movie, I didn't pay attention to it. I thought that it was like an 80s, thing or whatever. I didn't even think about like it was ours.
Yeah, if you guys watch Jason Rising, there's a scene in there where you'll hear our intro song, but it's not our intro song. We just downloaded it from a royalty-free website. Yeah. So I don't think they did that on purpose as like, which I mean that in a good, I mean that in a good way. Like, I don't think that they did that as like an ode to us. Some people think they did. I don't think they gave a shit about that. I think they just put the song in there.
Well,
but it's cool because it makes me think of me.
Well, when you told me about it, I thought you meant that it was the actual original theme. We watched a movie.
Oh, no,
I thought it was that. I'm like, holy shit. I was like, that's crazy because I haven't heard that in a million years.
Mm-hmm. But definitely, Jason fans, watch Jason Rising. We'd say that. We liked it. It's fucking wacky, man. It's crazy. It's a good time. Joshua Stinchcombe asks, are you all excited to see Jeepers Creepers 4? I am. Yeah, I am. Because they got rid of the fucking pedo asshole. So now we can enjoy it together.
Yeah, and we've also had debates on that as far as like you can separate an artist from the art. But yeah, I'm glad that he's no longer a part of it, which is good. So
yeah, you don't have to worry about your money going to, pedophile. Which, let's be honest, probably
I would say 75% of Hollywood probably, but either way, it doesn't matter. Let's just move on the topic.
Well, 70%, I'd say 75% of the movies probably have some tie to someone who is, for sure. Jerry Ramey, thank you, my friend. He says, a 10 spot just for the hell of it. Maybe in exchange for you sending me some Kentucky bourbon. Continue kicking ass. Hey, you can buy Kentucky bourbon for about $8. I wouldn't recommend that version.
$8? What size?
Yeah, like fucking early
Half
times. Let's get some early times.
Oh, well, that's garbage. Early times. Oh, god damn.
That's what I'm saying. They have one called Kentucky Tavern that's pretty gnarly. That I used
you
to
drink
get
early times, you're gonna look like one of them motherfuckers from Hills Have Eyes. That shit'll blind you and make you deformed.
My favorite bourbon's Angel's Envy. That's the high end stuff. I don't get that unless it's special occasion. But I drink on the regular some Maker's Mark. So you can get like $23 a bottle. It's tasty to me. It's top notch. But I'm a cheap fuck, so who knows what's actually good. Jambose says Nick Frost. What was it like being stabbed?
What's that from?
I don't know. I think it was I don't fucking know.
Was it Shaun of the Dead?
I don't think it's Shaun of the Dead.
I don't know. Maybe
Maybe
Hot
it was,
Fuzz.
and I'm just forgetting it. I don't know.
What's it like being stabbed? I don't know.
It's I didn't even fucking feel it that bad when it happened.
John R says, where y'all from? Well, it's Kentucky. We're in the great state of UK.
I felt it when it happened, but it wasn't like, it's not like it was fucking jammed in and then pulled back out. I'll say that. So it was just a sharp feeling, and I was like, I have been stabbed now. I have been stabbed. The pain comes afterwards.
Yeah, it should have just been called a short. It should be called Mike Stabbed. There is so much fucking overwhelming. Holy shit, Mike's knee is gonna come off.
Yeah, it was.
By the way, yeah, everybody's confirming it. Hot Fuzz. Yeah.
Okay, it was Hot Fuzz. I've only seen that like twice. It wasn't my favorite. I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite. I like World's End better, I think, than Hot Fuzz. I'd go Shaun of the Dead, World's End, Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, I can't even remember Hot Fuzz. It's been a minute.
It has Back-a-Tear with just 3 tomatoes. I like your tomatoes, Back-a-Tear. I like them, and I will lick your tomatoes. What? Sir Cod Gamer says early times equals Michael Berryman. I don't know what Michael Berryman is. We're just fucking swigging and missing tonight. I don't know what the fuck
tonight.
I don't know what that is, but I like it. Colton Candler says, are you guys going to see Scream in theaters for the 25th anniversary?
Fuck no. What a shitty movie that is. Yes.
Jay hates Scream.
Now, well, I know I don't hate Scream. I like Scream 1. I like Scream 1. I'm well on record. Go back and look at my arguments against Scream as far as Scream 3 and Scream 4. I actually mentioned that to my girlfriend. Scream. I never got to see Scream 1 on the big screen. I never did. It came out in 1996. I was 12 years old, so I don't know. I never got to go see it. So it would be cool to see that on the big screen. But it's weird for like Scream is weird. Like once you know the ending, you're like, oh, he's a fucking killer. I know you're a handsome motherfucker, Skeet, but I know you did it. I know you did it. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird movie.
It's like
you already know the ending.
For me, it's one of the most fucking rewatchable movies ever. Like, it's probably in my top 5 most watched movies of all time. Is the original one. I'm gonna go see it. I saw it twice in theaters when it came out, but I'm gonna go because they're gonna put.
You saw the first one?
Yeah. I'm gonna go
I don't
because
believe you.
That's true. I synced it. I saw it once myself, and then once when I was working at the Dicker, the kids went to see it, or when it was like summer, some shit. Like, for some reason, my mom was taking the daycare kids to a movie, so I got to go see my own movie, and I went to see it. But no, I'm definitely going to do it because they're going to show a teaser, maybe a teaser. They're going to show something for the new Scream in front of it at the theater, so it's going to be fucking worth it.
I've always wondered what movie, what horror movie I would really love to see on the big screen that I never got to see. Scream wouldn't even be in the conversation for me, but I would say it would have to be between Halloween 4, honest to God, Halloween 4, The Exorcist, or the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Because the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Blu-ray is fucking freaky. Even now, it's still good. Fucking scary.
Yeah.
So out of those, I probably would pull for Halloween 4. I just think that would be fucking magical sensations.
I would love to see Halloween 4 on the big screen. That would be fucking dope as shit. I've never seen it. I've seen Exorcist on the big screen. That was cool.
I never got to go.
And I saw it at Kentucky Theater too, so I had this big fucking dope ass, like, Kentucky Theater was always good to see movies in. Did that go out of business? Is that still there?
No, it might have. I don't think it survived the purge.
Fuck.
I don't know if it did. Ethan Hawke is working the case, but I'm not sure if he's going to come up with anything.
I stored it. Logan Hennessy says, I'm not sure if they have the store, the Exchange in Kentucky, but it's a buy-sell trade. We do have one. It's over next to Half Price Books. I've had interviews for 10 years with district and store managers, but I finally start there next week. Fuck yeah, dude. Congratulations on the new gig.
Cool
That'd be a cool place to work, just surrounded by media all day. I always wanted a job in doing something like that. I never could get one, though. Fucking Blockbuster told me no like 7 times.
I got to work in some movie stores.
You did, you fuck.
I got to work in Movie Gallery, and then I got to work at a local video store that we had called Video Selection. And I was really doing good, dude. Like, but they only were giving me like 3 days training. And then he was like, well, we're going to turn you loose on your own. Because I was supposed to close on Friday and Saturday nights. And dude, holy fuck. And they were using DOS system. They were using DOS. And they had like a goddamn, it looked like the Holy Grail, this book, this Bible that they had to, how you did the programs. And I lied. And I was like, so I got to close by myself. And he's like, yeah. So I walked around putting movies up and shit. And then I came back. I'm like, you know what? I'm really not going to be able to keep working here because I just got a call from UPS that I just got hired. And he was like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, I just got a phone call on my flip phone. And I've really been wanting a job at UPS for a while now. And I think I'm going to have to decline the offer. He's like, yeah, I don't really know if that's true, though. So are you telling me the truth? And I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. I can't. It was really embarrassing because he knew I was lying. I was obviously lying, but they were trying to throw me to the wolves, dude. Because it wasn't just the fact they were using a DOS system to check in and check movies out. It was the fact that there was like little highlights in the book of gods that they gave me to go through the DOS system that had like an asterisk by names that you weren't allowed to rent to. And then Rodney, who was my boss, was like, so this guy might come in on Saturday and he might know that you're new and he might try to sneak a porn by you. Just don't let him have anything. Give me a call on my cell phone. Doesn't matter what time it is. Like, dude, I don't even know who the fuck you are, really. I'm not going to call you at 11:30 on a Saturday. I'd be like, hey, he's trying to rent Big Black Dildos Part 3. And his account's got like $10,000 in late fees. It was terrible.
I've heard you tell that story many a times and it never ceases to make me angry because I wanted that fucking job.
You would not want that job.
I would have wanted it. That's all I wanted in my life was to do that. And I would always get like shitty fucking like front desk positions or like you can work on this farm and fucking skin tobacco. But I never could get a goddamn fucking movie store job.
Well, the reason why I got it was he said, you've been coming in here for many a year. I remember when you were a small boy and you were trying to rent softcore porno. And I just feel like your account's always on time. You don't have any late fees. So that's why I got the job. But at the same time, dude, I'm telling you what, one of the worst things about that, like within 2 days, going back to the porn room, that's the worst, dude, when you have to tell them that you got to go. Like, that's the worst because it smells like fucking cum and desperation and just fucking sweat in there. And everybody, Dude, nobody
Nasty
makes
old
eye contact.
perverts, get the hell out now. Go
Nobody
on,
makes eye contact when you open the door. It's like a light from heaven shining in on their dark deeds, and then you shut the door, and then they look over, and they're like, "Okay, so we're closing up. Like, make your selection in about 10 minutes, and we'll see you at the register." It's so weird to do that, but yeah, I just did it because I pussied out. I probably, looking back on it, I wish I'd manned up and just done it. But by the way, the reason why I got that job is they had just been robbed by Knife Point 3 weeks before that. That's why they were able to give me the job, because they only had part-time positions. They were able to put it into a full-time position because the other guy quit when they got robbed by a knife. So that's the only reason why I had the job.
That's the guy who wouldn't give me a job. Now I have 7 VHS
It's
tapes.
fucking shredder.
Vinny C says he was making a movie called Stab. He was stabbed. That shit's... Hey, that was the whole point, right? What you guys didn't know is that was all done on purpose, because the whole idea of Scream is that it's meta, and we promised you Scream in under a minute, and god damn it, we delivered, because it was more meta than... more human than the human, as Rob Zombie would say. Jamie Dugans says, I can't wait to hear Halloween Kills soundtrack. Are y'all?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I haven't heard I know that they released that new track. I haven't heard it.
Oh, I thought you said you listened to it.
Yeah, I did. Unkillable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I did listen to that one. I'm excited then. I'm not gonna buy the album. I'll buy the CD.
I'll just listen to it on Spotify. Well, I bought the vinyl, but that's just to put away. I'll listen to it on Spotify when I'm at the gym. John Carpenter music's always great to listen to at the fall when you go to the gym. It's a good fucking time. I can't wait to hear it on screen in the fucking movie, dude, because it sounds like we said about it, like it's wild. It's not just like your typical Halloween score. It gets fucking wacky. Like, it gets wild and it does some crazy shit. There's a lot of dynamicness to that song alone, so I can't wait to see what those scenes are like. Jambose says Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and then World's End for me. But I respect your opinion. It's 3 a.m. in the UK for me. Damn.
Holy shit, man.
Appreciate the what's the word I'm looking for? Dedication, Holmes.
Yeah, holy fuck, man. It's the hour of spirits. You better get to bed unless you want to make a deal with the devil.
I feel like Hot Fuzz was more for people in the UK, though. I think they liked that a lot more.
By the way, I think it's funny that you mentioned Rob Zombie, because when we were interviewing Tim and he said that he liked the Rob Zombie films, I'm like, who fucking sent you? Like, which person? Was it Sherry Moon that sent you over here to do this interview? Because I don't believe you. And then he was like talking about like that he liked the publicist part. And I'm like, bro, stop it. Like, I liked how he got quiet. I was like, stop it.
Yeah. I think that's because I threw out shade to Rob Zombie and he didn't want to be associated with my shade. So
well, I know, but when I like that. I like that. You know, he appreciated the creative differences and appreciated, you know, that Rob Zombie did go his own way. But I was like, with Halloween 2, man, making Loomis a publicist that's more egotistical and involved with themselves. I'm like, what you doing? What you doing?
The way of the sewer.
What you doing, Willis? You've lost your samurai.
Dakota Buckner says, can Slenderman do a Subway advertisement for me? And Mike, I was wondering if there's still time to join the Fantasy Football League. Unfortunately, on that one, there was not, my friend. We hath already drafted. So make sure you catch that boat next year, my friend. But we already drafted. When did you do that? That was like, it was when you were here, fucker. We were filming and I was drafting on my phone, remember?
Well, I'm not a part of it.
Well, that's because you didn't want to be.
Well, I know. I can't figure it out. I only watch soccer.
While you do the Slenderman, I'm going to get a drink.
Okay, when he said football, I thought soccer, not. Okay.
I'll tickle your foot with my balls.
Oh, I can't wait. That's the best part of my day. Okay, so welcome to Subway Sandwich Shop. There's many a selection for you to look at, but let me recommend right away the chicken teriyaki sandwich. Chicken teriyaki sandwich is a good sandwich. You know why? Because it's got good, healthy chicken on top of it. The sauce may be questionable, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. You don't have to have sauce on the chicken teriyaki. And also, Subway Sandwich offers many meats and many vegetables for you to create your own Subway to bring home with you. That is an extraordinary type of deal. Do you not think so? Me think so. So now, let me tell you something right now. You go to McDonald's, you go to Arby's, you go to Carl's Jr. or Hardee's, or whatever you want to call it. You go to Taco Bell. Do they offer you these great options? No, they do not. You know why? Because they work for Jimmy Jones. If you want something spectacular for yourself and your family, you will have a Subway sandwich choice tonight. Do not worry about our past spokespersons. They've all been maroons and stupid. They smell like butthole. When we disassociate from them. If you want good quality sandwiches, come to Subway Sandwich Shop. Thank you so much, and have a good evening.
Andrew Moore says Lowe's still uses DOS. I feel your pain. Still in 2021, he said Lowe's still uses MS-DOS. Yeah,
they should. You know what? With all that lumber, they should build a fucking computer system that works.
That shit's crazy, dude. Anthony Stamps, thanks, buddy. He says, "Is there any franchise you like the first movie, but the others are meant to you?" For me, it's Texas Chainsaw, Terminator. Technically, I like the first and the second, but still, and Final Destination. Those are all good choices. Obviously, if you include T2 in there, for sure. I agree with you on Texas Chainsaw. Nothing ever had the same feel that the first one did.
So you like it? You like the first movie, and you never liked any of the other ones?
It's not that I didn't like them. They're the definition of meh to me.
Okay, well, there's two for right away: Pumpkinhead and Hellraiser.
Cool. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's it. Even though I loved Inferno. Inferno was one of those rare.
Too, but
Pumpkinhead too. Oh, god damn! Check your feet. They've got fungus on them. But no, but I will say, yeah, Hellraiser for sure. Like Hellraiser 5 is one of those rarities that come out of nowhere, and they're like, "Holy shit, this is a good movie." But Hellraiser 1 was where it was at, man. Hellraiser 1 was fucking scary and gross. And then when you get more into it, especially when they revealed the human side to Pinhead in the second one, I'm like, "Fuck this." It got dumb.
Yeah, there's a ton of franchises I feel like fall on that. Malevolence was one. I thought that was a genius indie movie.
Well, The Conjuring.
But The Conjuring would be perfect for that. Yeah.
Insidious. I mean, honestly, Insidious 1 was great.
Insidious 1's so much better, but I still like Insidious 2 enough.
Well, and then you can even look at Paranormal Activity, even though Paranormal Activity was a novelty idea because it was different. Well, it was different. Oh, you don't like the Spanish version of it, the one that came out a few years later?
No, I think 2 and 3 are actually pretty good. I think they're just as good as
they were good, but I feel like Paranormal Activity 1 when it came out, it was like it was so fucking scary to people. I mean, it was so different and weird. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It was definitely like, it was the shock on the first time. It's the same thing with like Blair Witch. I'm trying to think of. I know there's some fucking great ones out there that the first movie was fantastic. The other one sucked. Donnie Darko easily, but that's just it's not really a franchise. There's only 2 movies.
Mortal Kombat.
Actually, yeah.
Mortal Kombat was great, yeah.
The third one was okay, but Anthony Stamps, thanks, buddy. He says, this reminds me of my girlfriend wanted to know how Jay came up with Slender Man.
Yeah, that was I've always my dogs. I always talk to my dogs in that way. In my mind, they talk. I know it sounds weird and creepy. It's not like Ted Bundy, I swear to God, but in my mind they talk. So they talk like this, like, "Hey, do you want to take me outside to poop, or what we gonna do? If you don't take me outside right now, me gonna poop on your carpet." And they're like, "All right, well, I'll take you up." Like, "That's right, you will take me out, because if you don't take me out, me will not only poop on your carpet, me will drag me butter closet and then smear it all over your great carpet." That's all. It's a dog voice. It's a baby / dog voice. That's all it is.
By the way, I got your this came in finally from Amazon. I got a new Slendy mask.
The new Slender Man. Yeah, we won't be using that.
Take it home with you. That way, when you do that, you could throw that shit over your face, or if you want to, you could rob a fucking bank.
No, I won't be doing that unless they sell Hubba Bubba.
That's a skit. That's a skit. They just want to know if you had some banaka.
I like the dark light. He was like, my dog talks like Splinter. He is very wise.
I see that shit.
I love that dude. He's like, "Go forth, my sons. Only together can you achieve greatness in ninjutsu." Like, I always think about, but yeah, I get that though. Like, I remember when all the turtles were gathered around and they summoned Splinter up through the magic of the fire, and he was all blue. It's like, "You have gathered together, my sons." But I was like, yeah, I've looked at my dog before and I've seen him eat his own shit, so he's not that intelligent. I was like, yeah, he's not gonna be Splinter level intelligent.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've seen Jay do that 1,000 times. Talk to his dogs that way, so I can confirm that is definitely where that fucking.
I've seen Jay eat shit 1,000 times. Like he's literally picked it up.
Him eat another man's dick. It's like Kobayashi. Oh man, yeah.
Carrie Crownless says, I want a dog have a Jack Nicholson voice. Just give me the food or I'll bash your fucking brains in.
Sir Cod Gamer says, my cat sounds like Alan Rickman. I could like a cat. That's a perfect cat voice. Dude.
Yeah,
That's a
Alan
perfect
Rickman would
cat
be
voice.
like, I think that's for all cats. It's weird, dude. On YouTube, I was just watching before we started vet freakouts with cats. Dude, you know what's crazy about
you watch
veterinarians?
the weirdest fucking shit on YouTube, man.
I love it. I love
How
it.
do
That's
you
what
get
you
down these holes?
because it's called the internet, man. Like that's what the internet was built for. You to find the weirdest fucking crevices in life and experience it. Because you would never see. Like, listen, this guy. He's, by the way, veterinarians make a shit ton of money. I didn't know how much they made. I looked it up, dude. In Kentucky by itself, they make $96,000 a year. In California, or no, I mean in New York, it's $98,000 base salary, $98,000 a year. But they were dealing with these fucking psycho ass cats, dude. He's got these like welder gloves on, and it's going. I mean, this motherfucker is possessed by Satan. And I was like, that's why they make so much money, dude. These motherfuckers are trying to Freddy Krueger his insides out. So insane, but it's funny too. I don't know. I watched that, and I watched Repo's Gone Bad today.
Just like I just want everybody to imagine Jay just sitting in his room smoking a cigarette in a white t-shirt watching fucking Dog the Bounty Hunter. Like a Tuesday
I don't watch.
like
No, well, that's fake. I watch real shit.
My shit's
my shit. No, dude, like the guy that I was watching, his name is Repo Nut, and you know he's real because he's wearing a GoPro, and like his wife, he took her on a repo. She got fucking slapped by this chick hardcore and was like trying to push her out of the driver's seat because they were. Guys, do yourself a favor, go watch some Repossessions Gone Bad, and then also watch like some veterinarian. Dude, I'm telling you, it's some good shit. Like that's what the internet's for. You got to have a whole variety.
Oh man, I was gonna watch fucking Reminiscence, the new Hugh Jackman movie. Have you seen the trailer for that?
Yeah, it looks good, but I mean, it's coming out on streaming too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on HBO Max right now. But I've heard that. Like I thought the trailer looked dope as shit, dude. But apparently it is a box of ass crackers. Like apparently it's just terrible. But I will see for myself. God damn it!
I'm interested to see Shang-Chi.
Oh
just
yeah,
because just because I know what's going on with that, so I just want to see. But I also know that the lead in Shang-Chi is actually somebody said he was like trying to compare himself to Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee. I'm like, if he's that fucking delusional, then he's an idiot. If you're trying to compare yourself to Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, you're a fucking moron.
I'm sure, dude. I'm sure that he just said something that got taken way the fuck out of context because the goddamn internet's a bunch of assholes. But dude, the reason I'm excited to watch that is because it fucking it feels like an old school, not old school like really, but like it has the vibes of an old
Super
school
Cop.
like martial arts film.
Yeah, I want to watch that. Yeah, like Super Cop or Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah, that makes me. I'm like I could actually give a shit less about the superhero element of that movie. I just want to see the martial arts fighting.
Well, and that's the thing. I barely know who Shang-Chi is. So yeah, I'm more interested to see that. And I saw the Eternals new trailer. It looks cool.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's really not like lighting the fire up my crack to get into the theater and be like, hey, it's a new MCU movie that's gonna start it all. Like, I don't give a shit. You're good looking superhumans that live on beaches that fuck each other and you have superpowers. I don't care.
Free Guy was good. You should watch Free Guy. That was. I think you'd like it, dude. It was fun.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's not available on stream yet. I thought it was going to come out the day of.
No, I went to the theater. So it's dude. It's just Ryan Reynolds, like basically being Ryan Reynolds for 2 hours. It's fun. I had a good time with it. I was worried it was going to be way too fucking gimmicky. Like they were going to get too far into the video game thing, but Taika Waititi was bad in it though. Like he was really bad, like cringy bad. And he's usually funny. He's the guy that plays the rock dude from the big rock guy from Thor 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? He was also in What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Jambo says Carpenter directed Terminator versus Cameron's Halloween. Would you rather have Carpenter direct a Terminator movie or Cameron direct a Halloween movie?
I'd rather have Cameron. I feel like Carpenter would be super out of his element. I don't really think he could.
Fucking dude, like for like the original Terminator.
No,
like
I don't know. I just feel like Carpenter. I mean, Carpenter is an amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather. No, actually, I'll take that back. I would honestly rather have Carpenter do a Terminator movie. Just because the stylizations that he had with Big Trouble in Little China,
yeah,
and The Thing, yeah. James Cameron slick as fuck for sure. I think he would make a box office gold out of a Michael Myers movie, but it's not really his forte. So it would be a weird combination. By the way, Byron Weaver, Mike, wants to know from you specifically, Mike, will there be a Deadpool 3? Like, because you're working in Hollywood right now. Will there be a Deadpool 3, Mike?
Byron, by the way, if you scroll up a little bit, Jay, Byron Weaver said, Jay, what would your pitch be for Halloween Resurrection sequel? So he's just taking turns asking us questions.
Well, either way. But what, Mike, do you think there'll be a Deadpool 3?
Yes. No, I don't.
Actually,
no,
I did hear that.
I did hear that
there. I heard something that he was thinking about it, or that there was a very good possibility about it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, my shit went out again. Yeah, no, he said. I was getting real scared. I thought they were full of fucking shit about that, by the way, dude. I thought that Disney was just going to shelf it until Ryan Reynolds was too old or something. But Reynolds came out and said they were working on it. So I was like, hey, I'll shut the fuck up. I'll walk away from my anger from this conversation and finally shut the fuck up. But it looks like we're getting it.
By the way, Byron, my pitch for Resurrection would be Busta Rhymes dies and Michael Myers lives. End of story. But yeah, that'd be my pitch. There would be no Busta Rhymes. And there would be no goddamn handheld bullshit that they did. That'd be my pitch.
Yeah, I would fucking love to.
Honestly, what I would do is I would actually discontinue H2O 100%. It never happened. And I would go from the curse of Michael, the Thorn, go from Halloween 6 and continue it into 8. Fuck H2O. It never happened. Like that was an alternate reality. And then just go from that story. That's what I would do. Especially with Loomis. At least, Loomis was the one that was supposed to take over as the caretaker of Michael. I don't know. I would do something with that. That would be fun. I think that the Cult of Thorn would be at least a trilogy or something.
I would love to see them jump in any of those sequels, dude. I've always said that like a sequel to H8, I would if they did a sequel to H8, it would be cool because you would have that skid mark left on your underwear from Halloween 8 or Halloween 8. Yeah, you would still have that skid mark left in your underwear, but if you could just start with him opening his eyes in the morgue and start to kill people in the morgue, and then the cops show up, and then you bring in some new characters that way, you could reinvigorate the whole franchise. It would suck because Resurrection would be canon, and that would mean that what Busta did to Michael's true. But on the flip side of that, right now we live in a world where Busta Rhymes technically killed Michael Myers, and I don't want that on my conscience. So yeah, I agree with you. I think they should do a whole movie and make it serious, but one of the first people he should kill is Busta Rhymes. But don't even let Busta Rhymes speak. Just have him get his throat slit while he's sitting in a chair.
Yeah, as a sequel to H8. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, but if H8 didn't exist, I would discontinue H2O, like it never happened, and I would just continue the story with Paul Rudd from Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah, I would rather do that.
That's what I would. Sure. That's 100% what I would do. Even if you're going to do a sequel, that's what I would do. I mean, I would just act like H2O and H8 never happened.
Yeah. I would H2O maybe even 2. I don't know. There's so many places in that franchise they could jump at and do a good fucking movie for, man. I didn't answer Jambosi, by the way. I would totally go with Terminator, by the way. Carpenter doing Terminator. I'm not saying Cameron's never done horror, has he? Has Cameron ever done horror at all? Oh, he did Piranha. Nope. It was his first movie.
Well, but no, he's never done.
That's not.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, Aliens.
Yeah, that's technically, I mean, and I think Cameron could do a good. I know we joke around about me not liking him, but I think he could do a good Halloween movie.
No, well, here's the thing:
Carpenter and those old school vibes that he had with not Your Next, fucking
Big Trouble in Little China, The Thing.
Not The Thing. I'm thinking of the one with Roddy Piper in it. Hell
Comes to Frogtown.
They live.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, and stuff like that. I think his vibes would work perfect for like an old school Terminator movie.
It's weird, man, because Cameron, he took Aliens, and obviously Ridley Scott made a horror in space with Alien, and he did do a good job, showcasing horror. But it was more of a, like, the thing about Aliens, I like Aliens a lot. I really do. I think it's a fucking phenomenal ass movie, but it always felt more sci-fi action adventure than it did horror. I mean, there was horror elements in it, but it always felt like an action adventure type of movie. So I don't know. It'd be interesting. I mean, it'd be like if he got Michael Myers, would it be horror or would it be more of an action adventure type of roller coaster ride? I don't know.
Which would be weird with fucking Michael Myers.
But James Cameron's smart enough. He's a good director. I don't know. He would probably take the sensitivities, but I don't also think he would take the job. It would clash too much with his style.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. That's a good question. That's interesting. Mike Breimer says, "Tell us a story about the tree, Jay. If you want to keep it secret, tell us 3 stories. One is real and the other 2 are fake. We all need to know."
Oh, I know what he's talking about. That'll be on a different stream. I'm not trying to incriminate myself. Okay, because I will tell you the story, but it'll be on a different. It'll be different. It'll be a different moment in my life. I really don't. I don't need to get involved with the authorities right now.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Patreon stream. That'll be
that'd be that's at least private. And I know some assholes be like, I'm gonna record this.
That's okay. I think you got away with the crime at this point. But yeah.
No, I did, but I don't want I still based on what I don't know.
Well, Will's right. Will Arnwine's right. Fucking smart dude who drinks well. He also did The Abyss, which has some horror elements in there too. Cameron did. So
I mean, yeah, it does. More human horror.
He loves the sea.
Well, The Abyss has human horror, but it's not. I don't, not the creature.
And technically, you can even say that Terminator, the original one, has some horror elements in it, right?
Well, I know, but like honestly, Terminator is a horror villain. Like he's like he never stops. He tracks it. I don't know. It's an interesting idea.
Yeah. JT Custom said, "Hey Jay, will you and Mike bring back Daniel Ferens back on the show to do a live script read?
I would love to talk to him again.
Page 6.
Yep.
Absolutely, dude. And
he's the one that, dude. He wants to do. I mean, he's the one that brought that up. Me and Mike didn't. So I'd love to do it.
Yeah, that would be cool as fuck, man. And we have some cool ideas to do some cool things with some cool people for Halloween Horror Month. So maybe that's something we can try to squeeze in there. Squeeze it in.
Yeah, he was saying he was going to talk to Danielle Harris. I know she hates our fucking guts, but who knows? Maybe she can bring that out on a script.
All we know is that she's never responded to us before.
No, I know. It's a joke. It's a joke. Because I know someone's like, "Oh my god." No, we don't know. I mean, she seems sweet, but at the same time, I have no idea. It would be really fun though if she didn't like us that much, and then she could do a script read with us and really put that anger and hatred into a script.
That's a good
I'm like,
idea.
yeah, you're a good actress, so you could do that.
Yeah, some method acting there, some cathartic release for Daniel Harris. I like it a lot, guys. We're at the end of the show. We're at the end of the show for the night, and it's getting dark outside.
But let's give a really quick applause here. We've maintained over 300 fucking people most of the evening. That's very sexy, and I like it a lot. And I hope all of you don't wear socks when you do whoopee.
Yes.
Don't ever wear socks when you do whoopee. It's weird.
Correct.
It's weird.
Correct.
Weird.
Why is it, dude? What is that? Is that from a specific movie? Because whenever I think about
Mallrats.
socks
Mallrats.
in bed,
Mallrats.
okay, that's what it is. Whenever I think about socks in bed, it's always tied to the word.
Yeah,
word
because Brody's like, and stop wearing socks when you do whoopee or whatever that means, because he fucking hates it.
That's it. Yeah. Oh, did you see the Clerks 3 thing? I think we already talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about that. Awesome. The picture, it looks great. A lot of people were like ragging on Elias. I was like, dude, Elias, he's an older guy. I mean, that movie was like 15 years ago. Give the guy a break. I just want to see him back. I don't give a fuck what he looks like. He looks cool. You get old, guys. Like, it happens. Yeah. Everybody gets fucking old. Like, I don't know. We don't have the access to goddamn Botox. And even if I did, I don't want to look like those fucking freaks on Demolition. Escape from LA.
Yeah.
Where their fucking skin's melting off.
It was shocking to see him at first, because I was like, holy shit, because he was so young and so thin in Clerks 2. Yeah. But at the same time, people are being dicks about it. That's just
He's 15. Rude. It's 15. It was a 15-year-old movie, dude. The guy, Jesus Christ, that's the internet, man. Like, make a guy feel awesome, cutting him down and being a shithead to him. But either way, the thing about it is, every fucking beautiful person that you see, everybody with a great ass, everybody with a great face, time catches up, and that shit's going to be wrinkly and fat one day. It don't matter what you do.
And we all take painful shits. Those are 2 things you have to remember. Amber Heard does it on people's beds. Anthony
yes, she does.
Thanks, buddy. He says, I was thinking of what Tim said about crossover, so I ask, is there any 2 characters that you think are unstoppable force and an immovable object that you would like to see clash?
Yes, I got one. Hellraiser versus Spawn.
I like that. That's demonic.
It's right in goddamn hell. Let me see what you got. Like, I think that. Oh my god! And I would love Alan McElroy to write that. I would love it to be an animated film, and then Alan McElroy to write Pinhead versus Spawn. Holy shit, that would be fucking insane.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to go with the old classic, something I've always wanted to see my entire life. The only time it's ever been done is by Super Nintendo, and that's RoboCop versus Terminator. That would be a fucking
That'd be a cool one.
movie,
Yeah,
man.
that'd be. You know, it's always weird.
James Cameron could direct that.
Yeah,
Holy
but
shit.
you know, I'd rather Verhoeven direct it. No, I really would.
They should co-write it. Oh God,
I think it would be great. Well, you know, it's weird when you think of Terminator versus RoboCop. RoboCop always seems like he's a very. By the way, Mike is talking about the Peter Weller RoboCop, not that bullshit that came out the remake. He's talking about the regular, big ass, bulky RoboCop. But that's the thing. You only saw RoboCop move in very slow, methodical ways. But then again, that's probably because technology didn't catch up where he could run really fast or jump really high or whatever. But I'm sure he could. He's a fucking cyborg.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was only the disadvantage to RoboCop is he was like this big toaster oven walking around, and Terminator's like a smooth, like fucking, he can climb up walls and shoot you with a grenade launcher and then smoke a cigarette at the same time. I don't know. It almost felt like he was outmatched.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too. Mark Dorman said, "What about Aliens versus Predator?" But good.
Oh.
Yeah,
I actually just watched that the other night. Yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
You never don't watch. It's fucking
Requiem.
There's part. No, the first. Yeah, it's all right, but I mean, it's like fuck.
Fuck, there's two of those shits, aren't there? Yeah.
There's AVP and then there's Aliens versus Requiem. Yeah.
Byron said, "Question for Mike and Jay: Who would you like to see direct the Halloween film in the near future?"
Woody Allen.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
I would love it.
Commentary.
He falls in love with his own sister, and they walk away into the sunset. If a new Halloween, I don't know, man. I'm gonna fall back on it, and I know it's stupid because he's never gonna do it. It'll never happen. But Quentin Tarantino, I would really love to see a Quentin Tarantino Halloween movie just to see what crazy shit he would get him up to.
Yeah, I think if I could go back in time, obviously this is impossible now, but dude, I would love to see what Wes Craven could have done with the Halloween film, because he's already, dude. I mean,
so
these are the things he's created. Yeah, I know, but like he did Nightmare on Elm Street and he did Scream, but to see his version of a Halloween would be awesome. But as far as directors now, I like the weird choices. You know, I like Danny Boyle would be a fucking weird choice. Sam Mendes, like if you could go like anybody that you wanted. Those are some thoughts.
Well, I mean,
Mel Gibson, bro, and Mel Gibson plays Michael Myers. He directs and stars.
Dude, I actually wouldn't. I would be fine with Mel Gibson.
I would watch that shit.
Like Mel Gibson at the end of the movie, Michael Myers would run. It's like, I'm losing my family.
I would watch the fuck out of that shit, dude. Could you imagine Mel Gibson directing Halloween? I don't even know. There'd be explosions or whatever. There's got to be something like that. Holy shit. Fuck. Oh my fucking fuckville tits. Jesus Christ, Mary. You did not have to do that. You really did not have to do that. That is wow. Holy fucking shit. Did you see Mary's super chat?
Oh yeah, thank you so. Oh, what a sweet,
Mary.
sweet sentiment. And you know what, Mike, that's good for, since you don't have health insurance and neither do I. We can split it. We can finally get checked up because I haven't had blood work done since 1965.
Same.
So let's go get blood work done,
Dude,
and we can find out all the terrible things that we have together.
We'll hold our hands on the way in, and like we'll do the Wayne's World thing. Like, we got $500 on the way in. It's like we're gonna get checked.
Instead of buying an awesome ass guitar, we're gonna buy at least a checkup.
That should have been Wayne's World 3, dude. That would have been Wayne's World 3.
That would be
right
Wayne's
there.
World 3. It's like they don't have any money and they're like
No
living
health
out of their fucking they're living out of their apartments, and then they get like $5,000 and they get to have a checkup. And it's like, I cannot believe you're alive. You've got chlamydia, trichotillomania. Like they just make up names and shit, like all the diseases they have.
God.
But thank you so much. Wow, what a fucking awesome super chat. Amazing. Thank you.
That's fucking wild, Mary. You did not have to do that. And again, we make jokes about stuff like that, but trust me, guys, if anything ever went wrong, you know, that's not what we're saying at all. But I get the thought, and I get what you're saying, and that is you're fucking like the kindest person alive.
Thank
like
you so
that's
much.
so sweet of you. Thank you, Mary. We don't know what to say when you guys do such crazy, wild super chats like that. It's the sweetest fucking thing ever. Thank you so much, Mary.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all you can
Thank
really
you.
say, man. And yeah, fuck, man. Holy shit. Thank you. Dakota Bruckner said, I can't believe that Rick Flag played RoboCop in the remake. Do you guys think James Wan would make a good Halloween film?
I
don't
think
want
James Wan.
to touch that.
Well, I think James Wan would be okay. I think that if he worked within constraints, much like Rob Zombie did.
Yeah.
I don't
Well-
like, you know, if it was a Blumhouse production and James Wan was the director, I have no doubts in my mind that James Wan wouldn't produce a badass Michael Myers movie. 100%. If it was James Wan by himself, I mean, if that motherfucker brought up some goddamn like, hey, we're gonna bring in Patrick Wilson to be Loomis, suck my ass, and Vera Farmiga is gonna be the nurse.
I say I don't want him,
but he's a solid director, man.
That's not actually true. He's a good director, and like I just for some reason my brain attaches to the Conjuring sequels, which isn't even fair because he didn't do a lot of those movies. But and I'm like, I don't want that glibness on Halloween. I want Halloween to stay in its own lane. But that being said, dude, look at what this guy's done. I mean, he did Saw, he did like a bunch of fucking crazy stuff. He's been huge for
you know
war,
what?
so
You know
I'd be
who
an
I'd
idiot
really
to say no.
Who I'd really like to see tackle it, and I know this is out there, and it's like, what the fuck? Are you playing with softballs? Or is it baseball? But I really like M. Night Shyamalan. I don't know. I want to give M. Night Shyamalan a franchise or a movie that he doesn't have to do a twist ending necessarily. Like, just do your creative shit, man. Like, because here's the thing about M. Night Shyamalan is that, yes, he is a joke or kind of a parody of himself because he always has to do a twist ending at the end of every movie. But the thing is, if you give that guy a project where he can actually shine and do something where he doesn't have to do the twist ending and just tell a good story, I think he's creative enough to actually do a decent job. And I think if you gave him the Halloween franchise, or fuck it, give him the Freddy Krueger franchise, the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, I think he could do something really awesome. I mean, I'm saying, like, we both talked about like how we like, you know, strange and unusual directors. Like when you like strange and unusual butt sex, it's the same thing. Like I feel like that guy, given the opportunity and giving a framework to work in, I think he could do a really incredible job. I really do, because he wouldn't be pressured to do a twist ending.
Yeah, I think, I mean, if there's one thing I can tell you about M. Night doing a Halloween movie is it would be fucking polarizing. It would get people's fucking attention. They'd be like, I gotta see what the fuck M. Night Shyamalan
That would
does
be,
with goddamn Halloween.
yeah. And you know what? I'm almost wondering, you know, of course, you know, they hired a perfect director for the Halloween trilogy, no doubt. You know, great Halloween 2018, but in my mind, it's like LeBron just recruiting every fucking talent under Mars to come onto the Lakers. If you get M. Night, if you get M. Night to direct your movie, it's like, holy shit, Danny McBride's writing it, and then M. Night
close to the sun.
It's like, holy shit. It's like, we will learn. They will soon join you in the clouds, or in. I don't know. Yeah, M. Night would be. I feel bad for that guy. I really do, and I like M. Night. He seems like such a nice, sweetheart kind of dude, and then he gets like shit on because it's like, dude, you all trapped him. Like, fans trapped him in the fact that he always has to do like twists.
I like M. Night too, man. And I liked Old too. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Gatsby BR, thank you, appreciate that. Anthony Stamp says, I remember hearing that James Wan was offered Freddy but turned it down to make The Conjuring. That stings me butthole. It stings.
If he did that, holy shit. Was he Leonardo DiCaprio and What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Hey Gilbert, find me Gilbert. Actually, technically speaking, I can't really ruin him on that because I'd probably take The Conjuring 2 over Freddy Krueger because there'd be so much pressure, and you could only imagine, dude. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Holy fuck. But I also think that James Wan is way more built for the Nightmare universe than he would be Halloween. I think he could do a fucking killer.
But I feel like he wanted to do The Conjuring because he could actually do something with it where he's not like, oh well, Wes Craven did this.
Yeah.
So you got to do something like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, fuck, I can't. I mean, okay, so Dad did a good job. What do you want me to do? Like, shit?
The shadow's too big to step over. I can't step over anymore. Go Flamingo says, God bless Mary. She's the kind of blockbuster girl who wouldn't charge you that $1 rewind fee. Hell, Mary's so fucking sweet. She would secretly go into the computer and delete all your late fees. I've had that happen a time or two.
Like, hey, Mary, what's going on? Hey, you know what? I know that I'm late on returning that copy of Bloodsport, but all I got to say is kumate. And she'd be like, you know what? I know. Delete it. Like, thanks, Mary. Fuck yeah. By the way, somebody did say, Scarehouse Tim Zombie said Jay and Mike as Loomis and Michael in a new Halloween universe. I've seen that before. Like, first off, I don't think it's ever going to happen. Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, fuck, maybe we would do our best. We would do our best. I said maybe we would do our best. Like we were gonna maybe not do it. But yeah, I think that yeah, that's never gonna happen, guys. Like
We'll make our own.
Yeah, if there was ever an opportunity where like, hey, you should come out to Hollywood and be Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis, like these motherfuckers gonna sell me car insurance too.
Dakota Buckner says, I would like to see Tobin Bell as Dr. Loomis. What do you guys think? I don't
Not bad, I guess. I mean, I'd be okay, I guess.
I don't think he has enough animation. He's always kind of been like kind of chill, and I would need him to have that chill, but also have that next level of fucking craziness. I don't know. I don't. It's too close. It's too close. Like it's like apples and apples. You know what I mean? Like it's too. You'd always think of fucking Toby. You'd always think Jigsaw for me.
You know. Honestly, and I know this is kind of out left field. And who just hit me in the fucking nuts with this baseball? I was thinking about this earlier, and dude, just because he's older, but he also maintains. He's got like an elder statesman kind of vibe about him. Adrian Brody as Dr. Loomis. I don't know why. I feel like he could do something really incredible with that role. Just because I watched The Jacket. And he's
sorry,
fucking,
I was
Adrian Brody.
Yeah. I would like
and I know, you know, I get it, you know, because most people don't even think of Adrian Brody at all when you're in reference to Loomis. But if you watch movies like The Jacket or the movie where I don't remember what it's called, where he's like the pianist, like this destroyed individual, this absolute, like, I don't know where I'm going to go from here kind of guy. I think Adrian Brody, especially his age now, like he could do an incredible fucking Dr. Loomis. I really do.
I do. I 100% agree with you. And I think it would be weird. It would throw people off. But I think once the movie happened, they would love it. D Land said Stone Cold Steve Austin as Dr. Loomis.
I'm going to tell you something right now.
What?
If you don't sit down and take your medicine, this boot's coming straight up your honky ass. And he didn't even say honky. I don't know why I had to throw in some like white stuff in there.
You get your candy ass out from behind that shelf, Sheriff. That'd be so fucking funny, dude. Oh, fuck. I would love to fucking see Stone Cold as Dr. Loomis. That'd be the funniest skit of all time.
I was so off on Stone Cold. I felt like I was doing Ultimate Warrior as Loomis. Myers, looking at the stars and the sky, you will not cross the threshold of the warriors. Yeah.
Oh,
you know what? Stone Cold doing Dr. Loomis, fuck it. If it gets to a point where it's like dead in the water, might as well have fun.
Why won't you fucking die?
If it's Sharknado, if it's Sharknado bad, fuck it. Let Stone Cold have it.
I want Stone Cold.
You just stepped into the wrong viper pit. I'm still doing
I want Stone Cold to just come over our house and film that fucking skit with us.
Byron Weaver Weaver has a James McAvoy's Dr. Loomis. That would be McAvoy could do anything. Like Fossbender could do that, but
yeah,
I want to go outside the norm, and I feel like Adrian Brody, nobody would suspect that motherfucker. Like nobody, nobody would say Ryan Gosling. Like fuck it. let me throw in a wild card here.
He could maybe play like super young Dr. Loomis. Carrie Carolyn says, I would love to see Guillermo del Toro reboot Pumpkinhead. He makes horror movies so beautiful. Why not give Pumpkinhead a makeover? I'm into that.
That's a great idea, because if you look at Pan's Labyrinth, holy shit, yeah, as Pumpkinhead, fuck. If like you know, and I love the you know, that's one of those few movies out there, early 90s film, Pumpkinhead, that still holds up to the test of time now. It's still a good movie to watch. But if they were going to do a remake, Guillermo del Toro is the guy to go to. I mean, just look at, you know, Pan's. I could see this whole fucking urban fantasy type of like fiction. It'd be amazing.
Mark Dorman said Stellan Skarsgård would be a great Loomis. That's a fucking interesting choice, dude. I could see that in my mind's whole. Stellan Skarsgård.
Oh, Stellan.
I think any of the Skarsgårds like have that.
Yeah, they all look like, you know, I don't know. They look like Flowers in the Attic survivors. Like they were all twins and shit, and they lived in the Flowers in the Attic and they ate powdered donuts, but they all lived.
That's the weirdest weirdest fucking, but it makes sense
because they all look alike. I mean, they just look like, you know.
That makes so much
I'm not saying they're a product
sense.
of inbreeding, but I mean,
fucking shake it now. Anthony Stamp said,
remember that blonde boy?
Yeah, no,
yeah, you know.
After seeing Anthony Stamp said, after seeing Behind the Mask, I think Robert Englund would be a good Loomis. I think again, it's just too close for me. I just want Robert Englund's Freddy. Let's just but I get what you're saying. A lot of people think that for sure, and he basically was. We basically saw him be Loomis in Behind the Mask.
The thing about that though, do you not feel like that's too much of a bastardization? It would just feel weird. It almost would feel like a Scary Movie Part 6 or something. Oh, we're gonna cast Robert Englund as Dr. Loomis, the role made famous by Donald Pleasance, who's tracking down Michael Myers. I don't know. It's just kind of stupid. Yeah. It's like trying to get Freddy Krueger into a Michael Myers movie.
Yeah, I agree. Luke Stoltz said Mark Wahlberg as Dr. Loomis, bragging to everybody that he shot Michael 6 times. I see that.
First off, Mark Wahlberg, if Mark Wahlberg was Dr. Loomis, he would never be able to get out the fact that he shot him 6 times because he's always out of breath. And he eats pussy every day, man.
It's just you know what? I shot that motherfucker 6 times, right? I shot him 6 times right in his fucking chest. And he just got up. I never seen anything like it, like a fucking silverback gorilla. I never seen nothing like it in my life.
And then he tell other psychiatrists like, keep him out of my room. I'm serious, mom. Keep him out of my room. It's weird. If you ever listen to Mark Wahlberg, when he's delivering his lines, I swear to God, that motherfucker has smoked like 3 packs of cigarettes every time.
Yeah. That's kind of his thing.
The weeds are coming back at me. What?
I just saw him with this blank, pale, emotionless face. Oh my God, it was like nothing I ever seen before. It'd be fucking wild, dude. But hey, guys, that's the fucking show. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh, wait, one more. Movie Juice says Jeff Goldblum as Loomis. I'd actually be okay with that.
I would.
That's so fucking weird. That's so weird. No, I like it. He's like, I can see it like this. Like Jeff Goldblum would be talking to somebody like, yeah, but that's the point.
I could fucking see
He's like, if you look at a cup, in
apartments.com.
That's it. But maybe it's too weird. Like it's too weird.
It's fucking.
I don't know. I don't know why I like it, but I kind of do. But yeah, it's too weird.
At first, it feels good. But then you walked over and you go,
I could see Jeff Goldblum being an asshole sheriff, like a Will Patton, like just being like, I don't really care about what's going on because I don't think it's all true. Yeah. I could see him. Doing that.
That's true too. Blu-ray Addict said I watched The Fighter for the first time tonight. Really liked it. Wahlberg, Christian Bale, and Amy Adams were fantastic. Hey, that's the movie pick of the night, man. If you guys haven't seen The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg, that's a fucking outstanding goddamn movie. You should go watch
it's not even Mark Wahlberg. It's Christian Bale. That's the guy that steals the show right there. Christian Bale. Yeah. By the way, it's awesome. The best role he's ever had, and it's not Batman. It's not Batman.
I would definitely go, dude. We could rank Christian Bale.
Dude, you know what's weird is I just talked to Cody about this, and he was like, "I know you're always going to pick this, but my ranking was Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, Val Kilmer, Christian Bale, then George Clooney."
That was yours or his?
That was mine.
I couldn't go with that. I pretty much agree with
that. Because I put Val Kilmer up. I think
Affleck, but
yeah, well, he picked Affleck number 1. But I'm just saying Val Kilmer, I think, is a better Bruce Wayne and / Batman than Christian Bale.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Do you agree with this? We fucking love you, and we appreciate you all.
We got to get out of here. We got to go change our diapers.
I'll be thinking about you in my bunk tonight.
In the shower tomorrow morning when I'm rubbing my balls with my zest.
Yes. We love your fucking faces, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you all for being fucking awesome, and we'll see you quite soon.